podcast is intended for mature audiences. The views and opinions expressed are those of the panelists and do not reflect in any way those of the podcast partners, sponsors, or affiliates. Enjoy.
It's me, Mario!
Hi, this is Michael Buffer, and you're listening to the voice of the people. Let's get ready for Boxing Voice.
Sky's the limit, baby.
ThaBoxingvoice.com.
We don't fight for rings and stuff like that. I don't fear anyone.
En este deporte no se viene a jugar y no le tengo miedo a nadie.
You don't come to play in this sport. I fear no one in this sport.
Does that mean that you will fight Triple G later this year?
Como lo dije en la pelea pasada, ahorita mismo me vuelvo a poner los guantes.
As I said in the last fight, right now I'll put on the gloves again.
¡Viva México!
Canelo wants to unify all the titles.
When did you realize, Andy, that you could take his power?
Because of the Mexican warrior that I am, I got that Mexican blood in me, so talking about the Mexican style, I just proved it.
ThaBoxingvoice.com.
Ain't no other sight in the game to see the boxing voice.
Good morning, TBV. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another edition of the Boxing Voice Radio. I believe it is Wednesday morning. We're going to be having Sam Jones on the show. He is a manager. He manages most notably Joe Joyce and Guido Vianello. He also just has a new signing, so we'll let him bring you all those details and continue to bring you a bit closer to the boxing industry itself. Also, we'll be discussing for today's topic of debate, Eddy Reynoso has interest in training Andy Ruiz Jr. Now, Eddy Reynoso is most famous for training Canelo Alvarez and now the young Ryan Garcia. So this is what we're going to be chopping up, debating, and figuring out whether or not Reynoso has, I guess, what it takes to get Andy Ruiz whipped into shape. But let me head on out to Corpus Christi, Texas, and get this thing started. Before I do, you know the number to call in. If you want to, participate, voice your opinion, 1-425-569-5241. Press 1 one time, voice your opinion right here on the Voice of the People hotline. Don't forget our daily Patreon show users can add Nestor Gibbs on Skype to be part of the conversation. Yeah, let's head on out to Corpus Christi.
It's me, Mario!
I got two intros today. Yeah, man. Definitely. Real quick though, if you didn't catch last night's Scorecard Tuesday, it was a really good, really fun watch with Thurman and Pacquiao, and that was kind of the theme of yesterday's shows, the morning show to the Scorecard Tuesday. It was a fun fight to score. It was definitely a lot closer than probably like 90% of people thought. But what'd you say?
Film Study Tuesday.
Oh, did I say it? What did I say? Scorecard Tuesday. My bad. Film Study Tuesday. Got to get the brand right. So yeah, chop up everything today. Talking about Ruiz, Reynoso. I just had a feeling this was gonna start hitting at some point. Actually, to be honest with you, what surprised me is we didn't get this talk sooner. So, but let's chop it up.
Yeah, I mean, once we seen Canelo supporting him and coming out for him, I'm shocked that this hasn't been dominating, I guess, the headlines in terms of who Andy will go with. We've heard many recommendations and speculation as to who it was going to be. I'm a little bit shocked that it took this long for Reynoso to be an option. And
that's what I'm saying.
I'm actually going to say I think that's the best option. For all the same reasons that I say Frank Sanchez made the right move. All of a sudden, more and more people are reporting on Sanchez. And it's because of the popularity of Reynoso that stems from the popularity of Canelo. That gym will have so much media attention that I don't understand how it could be a wrong move. I honestly speaking, you got Canelo, you got Ryan, you got Valdez, Oscar Valdez, so many. And if you add Ruiz to that, crazy, because now he's got in-house sparring. Now he's got everyday sparring with Reynoso last heavyweight, which is Frank Sanchez, up and coming, prospect contender kind of guy. So he's going to give Andy all the work he needs, and then they can also fly in other sparring partners. So yeah, I'm interested in this little connection with these guys, and I would love to see which direction Andy goes. I think it's been far too long now. I mean, we've been waiting on him to make a decision since he left Manny in the second fight. And, you just got to wonder, how well is he training? If he's not with a trainer right now, what exactly is he doing? What exactly is he doing to stay in shape? Who is on top of him? But listen, it's not like Reynoso is, jumping out the window for this one. You know what I mean? He's got his own kind of guidelines that Ruiz is going to have to follow, and let me just pull those quotes up. He says, yes, and I quote, yes, of course, we are for that. To work with Ruiz as long as there is discipline. That is order in his training camp, said the world-renowned coach to ESPN Deportes, and that was when, he was asked about the possibility of training Andy Ruiz a few days ago, and he didn't rule it out. He said he would be willing to work with Ruiz, but a lot has to go into the discipline department in order for his training to work, and you got to think about it. He's got young guys like Ryan, Canelo's still young at 29. Valdez is there. So, he's got a little stable of people that are already hungry and motivated. He's not trying to add, a fart, someone to go there and lay an egg and slow things up. You got Frank Sanchez, like I said, up and coming. He's hungry. He's not here to take, baby steps and go slow, and I'm just putting all that pressure on Andy. Who knows how hard he trains, but he's the one with the bad rep right now. So we gotta assume that if he goes to that camp, he can be the bad apple. We have to assume that Eddie's gonna have to whip him into shape and make sure that he's 100. But I don't know. I love the combination. I'm gonna be real. I don't know about you. I love the combination of the two.
I think the combination is good from a marketing standpoint. It's good from a storyline standpoint to be the heavyweight fighter that directly connects yourself Mexican heavyweight fighter that directly connects yourself to Canelo. It's huge. It's huge for your potential. It's huge for your marketability. It's a lot of good things. Here's the only issue for me. Canelo was always an incredible athlete. This guy didn't just get whipped into, great shape or just become, who he is today. He was destined for that. Now, don't get me wrong. It takes hard work, and it takes guys like Eddy Reynoso to keep those fighters on the right path. And that's a very difficult thing to do. I'm not suggesting it's not. All I'm saying is that, he got to mold something out of gold or silver or platinum or whatever. It wasn't just clay that he got. And with Ryan Garcia, there's clearly something there with him. There's clearly some really incredible, athleticism and skill set. So here comes a guy, just like you said, he's going to have to be the person that whips, Ruiz into shape. Is that dynamic exist? Does that hinder any issues that he's not? I was about to say something super disrespectful. Polished. I was about to say polished. Look, that's not what I meant.
Let's just be real though, because I don't know. I feel like as the resident Mexican, you might be coming down on Ruiz too hard. At least Manny Robles has come out verbally and said that he works. Freddie Roach said he's been with Abel Sanchez, Freddie Roach, Manny Robles, and no one has said that he's lazy. The only thing that Manny said is they couldn't get him into the gym after the second fight. And look, let's just chalk it up to being a millionaire. You made 3-4 million, then you made 9 million. Like, life changed. Life changed, but he's received the criticism. So we gotta at least assume that he could get back to his old fashioned. Remember, this is a guy with over 120 amateur fights. This is a guy that when I see him doing, strength work and agility work, he's fast on the ladders. He's not a fat boy in my opinion when he's in training. And I don't think they gotta whip him into shape. I think it's more about keeping him focused. And this particular gym with these elite level fighters, Valdez, what, 1 division or 2 division champion? 1? Okay.
I thought it was 1.
All right. Well, 1 division.
I'll check.
1 division, but he's moving up for his second. He's with a world-renowned trainer, so we're assuming he's going to try and fight Burchell. So he's going to attempt to go for a second divisional title. You got Ryan, who's destined at least to be a world champion. Canelo, multiple division world champion. Frank Sanchez with aspirations. I just think it's a good young camp. Young people that'll push Andy, that if they go on their runs together like Anthony Joshua was doing for the rematch, or the way that the Robert Garcia Boxing Academy does, where they train together, it could only excite Andy. It could only motivate Andy because everyone around him is young, hungry, and champions. Super potential. And like you said, absolutely, I'm sorry to hog it, but it's just that he better not do this. It's too much marketability in that gym. If you just land in that gym, it's automatic attention on you. Automatic.
If he isn't going to do anything more significant than what he's already done, then you might as well go to the gym, because it's how you're going to squeeze the most out of what you have left. If he still has further things to accomplish, I think there's a couple of people that could help him get there. But certainly that camp and that team is more than qualified. The only thing I'm saying is that you had guys like, look, Chris Arreola was a guy that we always heard, worked hard. Henry Ramirez never said that he was a slouch in the gym. It was when he left the gym that the issues started to arise, So, Henry Ramirez was on record always saying that Chris Arreola, worked hard. It was a different type of situation there. And, I'm not close enough with Andy Ruiz to know what the situation is like with his camps and what it's been over the past few years. All I know is that, this is a constant issue. This has been, it hasn't been seen on this stage, but I've been hearing these rumblings since I was covering him right out the amateurs. I mean, there's always been that kind of, and it might be unfair just based on the way he looks. There's a lot of guys that have cardio for days and look the way that he looks, but he's certainly a special fighter, and he's certainly got he can do a lot more in the heavyweight division. So I would say, bottom line, I would do it. I would do it because whether you're going to accomplish anything or not, it certainly doesn't hurt the bottom line, and the bottom line is money.
Honestly, I think it's the right fit. Everyone there is Spanish speaking. Everyone there is Mexican, except for Frank Sanchez, but he's Cuban, which, again, no language barrier. Then you got an easy over 10 million Instagram followers peeking into that gym every time that Canelo posts something. You'll be there. Ryan posts something. You'll be there. Team Canelo or Canelo Team, which is Eddy Reynoso's, Instagram, which is also has a huge following. You'll be there. Eddy Reynoso at once upon a time was not considered a world-renowned trainer. After he lost his first loss with Canelo, people said Canelo should change trainers. And together they have changed their minds of the world, and not only that, but won Trainer of the Year. So again, I say that is the perfect option for Andy. I'm sorry. I can't see anything out there better. Like, I can see Teddy Atlas working, but there'll be that barrier of cultures. It'll
Yeah,
be different.
definitely.
What if Andy wants to train to fucking Spanish? Now Teddy's like, man, turn that shit off because you need to hear me. But it's also because he don't understand it. It doesn't sound normal to him. You know, it's just a lot. Like, he might not want certain foods just because they're Latin foods and think, yo, that's bad for you.
Yeah.
But doesn't know anything about it. I don't know. I think the cultural difference will be an issue. I like Reynoso. You know, they're doing really good things. We see the changes with Ryan and we've seen the changes with Canelo. Now, we are yet to see those changes with Valdez, I'll be real. Valdez still looking like, you know, like Shakur would take him apart. You know?
Yeah, I'll go the other way with it, where you're saying, you know, there could be some hindrances with other choices. I'll say, not only that, but there also could be some motivation with Reynoso in being in that camp. You know, to be able to see everything Canelo accomplished. Like, let's say you go Teddy Atlas, right? They're grinding day and night, and they're working with each other for each other. But that camp is like it's like a unit. You know what I mean? And for him to be able to see Canelo, you know, I mean, not every day, obviously, but to see him constantly and to be able to see what you can achieve when you know, put the fork down and you get working out and you stay in shape and you stay ready and you stay hungry no matter what, you know, that's always been, I remember the old adage that Virgil, I think, told us, you know, if you got a full belly, you can't be hungry. And that's a big problem with Ruiz. So to be able to go in and get to see the residual effects of hard work in the boxing world. I mean, imagine if Canelo was a heavyweight for a second. He would be transcendent as a star. You know, he would be enormous. So for Andy Ruiz to be able to come to that realization, like, look, I already have this notch up. All I got to do is take care of business. And that's the thing. He has the basis for it all. It's not some green guy who can't fight. No, if you don't think Andy Ruiz can fight, then you don't know shit about boxing. The point, he has got one of the most, I would say, polished styles when it comes to blending that amateur and professional together. Now, he doesn't have like the most intricate professional style, but coming up from the amateurs, this kid was blessed with really good hands, really good footwork for his size, just an all-around, you know, abilities. And there was a lot of praise on him when he was with Top Rank. I mean, I remember covering him, but then the fight started dropping off. It's like, well, he's not going to fight this fight. Well, oh, that fight got canceled. Well, didn't they just sign that fight? It's already done. Like, it was just one thing after another with him. So a lot of people started to lose faith. But just because they lost faith doesn't mean that those skills are going anywhere or have went anywhere. He's still young enough that he can do something. And I think to be able to cause the most impact, he's got to go to the Reynoso camp. So Canelo is a heavyweight.
Sorry about that. I'm just texting.
That'd be crazy.
Just texting Sam Jones, letting him know we got 12 minutes before the interview. So I wanted to say this. I'm trying so hard. I'm just sat here trying not to cut him off. I wanted to remind you that when Ryan got to that camp, Ryan Garcia, the first thing he said was, wow, I thought I was training until I started training with Canelo and see what it is to be an elite level fighter. I had to step it up. But I love it because it's making me step it up. And that might happen to Andy. You got to think about training camps. When you're the head honcho in your camp, do you really get pushed? And if you're the only big time fighter there, are you really being pushed? But so like the only camp that can match Reynoso's is a camp like Robert Garcia. You see the level of talent. You got unified champion Ramirez there. You got Mikey there. You got Virgil Ortiz there. You know, second comes like Derek James. You know, he's got 2 world champions in his camp. So if you add yourself to that camp, you're adding yourself to the elites and how elites should train. So your mind is going to be opened up to different things that we are assuming negatively about Andy. we're assuming he can't look like a Charlo or a Earl or a Canelo because he ain't doing what he's supposed to be doing. So he needs to be in those camps that continuously reminds him, look, that guy over there, Charlo's eating fucking watermelon and orange slices for snacks, not Snickers and pizza. You know, Canelo has got celery in his hand, hypothetically. But he needs to see this. And to be the king of the hill in your gym, if it's just you and Teddy, who else does Teddy got? So what are you seeing? You're running things. I want him in a camp where he ain't the first Mexican heavyweight and all this shit is going to be on you and your trainer's patting you on the back. He needs to be in a Canelo or a Derek James, even a Bomac, where there's a top dog, and that's not you. That's not you. So now your eyes are glued to the Terrence Crawford of the world, and you're like, fuck, I ain't trained like that ever. You know, he needs guidance. Maybe that's me being negative because I'm fat shaming, but those fighters are not coming in, you know, overweight. They're not doing, you know, Instagram clips with pizza and Snickers. That's not them. You know, that's not them. They're not in there, you know, Dank City videos with the neck the size of my bulldog. You know what I mean? Those dudes are remaining within weight. Even think about it. Even Thurman, who we consider fat, who he considers himself fat, 35 pounds overweight, he said. You know, how many pounds overweight was Andy? Like, so.
Well, that's the big issue, though, is that he doesn't have to worry about being overweight as it relates to making a weight.
But you do.
No.
Oh, yeah.
No,
as it relates into making weight.
Like
You're right.
Self-check thing, and that takes even more discipline.
Exactly.
You know, so, yeah, you're absolutely right.
Because
man.
remember, Areola struggled with that. Areola struggled with wanting to come in lighter, to be faster, to be more mobile, but then, every post I fuck guys, I'm sorry, man, fucking tacos, the burrito, whatever he used to say. But he found a way to blame it on food.
Yeah, every time. And that was what was so weird about, you know, Henry Ramirez is that, you know, you would start to ask him questions and he would just be like, well, no, Chris is he works hard. You know, he's in the gym and he gives it his all and he'll stay an extra hour and then he'll help other guys and younger kids.
Yeah, but he would always say is when he goes home.
Exactly.
And that's the issue for any trainer. Even for Reynoso, it's going to be when Andy goes home. But what Reynoso could change is he can make Andy never go home. Remember, Canelo stays in camp. Chepo, which is Reynoso's dad, he's kind of the cook. You know, he cooks for them. So Andy might never have to go home if he decides to really do a true training camp. You know, get away. Canelo's been in Big Bear. Gennadi's been in Big Bear. People go away, man. Take it serious, bro. Andy, out of all people, it hurts me the most because, like, he made it all the way to the top. He had the fast route. He got the golden ticket from Willy Wonka. I just cannot believe the mentality of anyone that is given such an opportunity and you lose that opportunity because you didn't work hard enough. It fucking disgusts me. I'm serious. You could never give me an opportunity and I fail because I didn't work hard enough. I'm going to fail because I wasn't good enough for the job, not because I didn't work hard enough, man. Like, that shit infuriates me about Andy, that he came into that fight looking retarded. Like, he just looked so overweight. He didn't give it a go, and it's just like, how do you do that? You know, people blame or talk a lot about Big Baby taking away an opportunity from his family. And yeah, Andy got the money at the end of the day for the second and the first fight. But think about what he took away from his family and himself by not winning that fight. Think about the legacy he would have had if he could have beat AJ 2 times. I don't know how that isn't motivation itself. You know, like, you know, I would have rather him failed the way that Canelo failed to Floyd, but at least be in shape. At least eliminate that issue from the fight fans' minds where they can't, point the finger at you. You know what I mean?
Where it's like where you lost in a dominating fashion, but it wasn't like you looked unprofessional or you looked like you didn't belong. That was the difference between Canelo versus Mayweather and Ruiz versus Joshua too. Canelo, whether he lost, and look, I didn't score very many rounds for him.
He ain't look like he belonged either, but at least he was in shape. You know what I mean? Canelo got outclassed. Like I still haven't seen anyone.
Better fighter, but
brother, have you ever seen anyone else lose that bad versus
Mayweather,
anyone?
Yeah.
No.
Mayweather, yeah.
No,
for sure.
Even Guerrero put more hands, I think, on.
Nah, hell nah.
Yo,
Canelo did better than Guerrero.
I don't know, man.
I'll tell you, I'm not gonna watch those film study Tuesdays, but
listen to me. I think I didn't give Canelo a round. I think maybe one round. Like he was missing so retarded. It was like so wide, so. No, I think, Guerrero tried harder because he took more shots. I don't know.
Okay,
maybe I'm wrong. They're both very old fights.
No. You know what? I will I'll retract my statement, and instead of saying that he looked like he belonged, I'll say that the issues looked like immaturity. They look like, not an immature boxer, but just a boxer who is not fully developed. Like you could see the age difference there. You could see the experience there. You could see that Canelo was the wild bull that, kind of undisciplined in the fight and fell victim to Mayweather's traps and everything. I mean, he owned him in that fight. How you scored it for Canelo or the judge is beyond me, but that said, Canelo still looked the part physically. He still had the skill set. He displayed athleticism in the fight, whether he got his ass beat or not. He looked like he should be there. Ruiz, there was a complete opposite from, and here's the worst part is if you judge the first fight based on the second fight or judge the second fight based on the first fight, it's such a different thing to look at that it doesn't erase his accomplishment at all, but it really does kind of push it over to the side.
I'm just going to reiterate that out of all the choices we've heard, because this has been going on for a while, like, honestly, when's he going to pick a trainer? You know what I mean? Like, what's he been doing all this time?
Well, remember, what's it been? It was supposed to be he was going to pick somebody within 2 weeks, like 2-3 weeks ago, something like that. Like,
the holdup is crazy.
I think he's not lucked out. That's a bad word to say, but I think he's at least using the shutdown of the country to really be able to analyze the situation. He's not going to be rushed into anything, nor does he even have to rush himself. I mean, at this point, we really don't know when we're getting back. But because even if I'm so sorry. Even if he picks somebody, what would that do other than give us a talking point? Because I don't know if he picks somebody that they can't even train, like, so what does it really matter?
Listen, again, I don't believe people not training. You think Canelo ain't training? You bugging.
I think Canelo's not having the type
that
of training camps that he's used to.
That gym is being used, and those dudes are the elites. So they got their own times. I'm sure they got their own times.
I've heard reports from other outlets that boxing gyms throughout California are being shut down by the sheriff, and not just boxing gyms, there were boxing gyms, local gyms where they were like privately owned, but publicly used, I guess I should say that. Not privately used by the owner, I guess is what they were referring to. And
that's what I'm saying. Those guys are the owners. Reynoso's the owner. So if he has Ruiz in his house, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, and it's gonna be really difficult for me to see a sheriff walking into that bitch and not being like trying to get autographs and stuff instead of trying to shut them down. But you see what they did with WWE. I mean, the sheriffs tried to shut them down. They ended up becoming essential.
Yeah, but
media.
everybody's going to Florida now. Everybody's going to Florida now. So
yeah. So
like people are gonna find loopholes. Like they are already. Bob's trying to go to Florida. WWE's trying to go to Florida.
Well, they're already in Florida.
Eddie already has another plan in motion. Someone sent me a clip from an IFL interview. So something's going to happen for Eddie like sometime.
The FaceTime interview?
I don't know. It was something with IFL. I didn't notice if it was FaceTime.
Oh, IFL. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, my bad.
So, Yeah, people are not gonna wait. They're gonna look for solutions. They're losing money.
Well, that's what Eddie said, but Eddie was Well, he said that in the Coogan interview I saw, but Eddie did that or said that it was more in line with putting on fights. That fights weren't going to happen in the stadium; they were going to happen in these small little venues that don't really venues that they can control and they can use skeleton crews for, that aren't designed for an audience at all, almost. So I thought he was talking studios, but Coogan didn't really press him on that. So I don't know. I think we'll see boxing a lot sooner than we thought, with WWE and all this shit. I mean, they're getting a lot of heat, but that's more because of Vince McMahon's connection with Donald Trump. But I think that, you go behind that and you start following it up with safer measures, especially when we get a better test, like a quicker test, and we could get antibody tests. That's it. It's over. We got it. They'll start having fights in studios. I promise. Let me tell you, I've been listening closely enough that either I have been cooped up too long and I'm like going crazy and I'm just listening to things and hearing things that aren't there, or I am positive that these guys are working right now behind the scenes to secure stuff. They're right now making these moves.
I believe they're having meetings, whether that's via Zoom or Skype, and they're definitely, coming up with ideas because you have to, and that's why we've been getting all this content from all these different entities via Instagram lives or Facebooks, or they're doing their thing, man. But let me go ahead and get out to Jersey Zone.
I'm the most brutal, most vicious, and most ruthless champion there's ever been. There's no one can stop me. Lynch is the conqueror. No, I'm Alexander. He's no Alexander. I'm the best ever. There's never been anybody. I'm Sonny Liston. I'm Jack Dempsey. There's no one like me. I'm from Nairclaw. There's no one that can match.
Chin! Good morning, y'all.
Your mic ain't even connected. You kind of a little bummed today, man. It's like, what up with you, champ? What up with you? No mic. Call him background face.
This what happens when your girl messes with your audio. Fuck.
Blame it on the rain, man. Blame it on the rain, bro.
Disconnecting my microphone. Damn.
Dog, stop talking. You're killing my ears right now.
Oh, I didn't even know you could hear me.
What? Of course I can. My man is wildin'. Let's get out to some of these comments here. He says, Rue says, honestly, I don't remember Canelo winning one round. That was a masterclass by Floyd. Absolutely agree with you, man.
What did he say?
Yeah, my bad, guys.
That he doesn't remember Canelo winning one round. That was a masterclass by Floyd. And I feel the same way. I don't remember a round, bro.
I don't remember a round, but I remember giving him like at least 2 rounds.
Wow. Yeah, but you're Mexican, bro. No disrespect.
Yeah. No, I was in a house like filled with Mexicans, so.
And I was podcasting back then, so I did that show, and I know I picked Floyd. I mean, that show is out there. That was a Mixler show, though. It's a Mixler show. You got to find it on Mixler.
Yeah, I remember it.
But Doomy, you ready? Oh, now he's frozen? Oh, no, I seen his eyes blink. He's alive. He's alive.
I'm alive. That's what happens when they disconnect your mic. Champ. It's like I'm over here thinking I'm live and no connection behind the computer.
So
but anyway.
Let me help you, man. What do you think about Eddy Reynoso and Andy connecting?
I mean, look, man, I'm not saying that it wouldn't be a fucking... I wouldn't say it wouldn't be a good match, but it seems as though like Reynoso's starting to become like the remedy and shit for all these fighters. You know what I'm saying? They need to improve. Any Mexican fighter, for that matter. I don't know. You know what Robles said about Andy last time was that he just needed more discipline, and he was a little loose cannon at times. So it's like, I don't know if Andy on his own is going to take care of that, knowing that he lost what he lost and he let what happened happen, and he could probably have his own discipline with many trainers. But I'm not against Reynoso. Reynoso brings that muscle memory training, which I like a lot. He makes sure that the muscle memory is instilled into his fighters so that when he's out there in the ring, it's just second nature to explode with certain combinations and punches. So I think it'd be a great mix for him. Will it be the solution? That's yet to be seen. You know what I'm saying? Andy knows Andy. Andy's pops knows Andy. So it's like they got to find the match where it's going to be, it's going to be something that's going to mesh well, because maybe Reynoso bringing too much discipline. And my man Andy, he is, what he is. He probably won't like certain things. So it's like, we can't just sit here and say, oh, Reynoso is going to be perfect. You know what I'm saying?
Negative, man. Negative. That's what happens when you got the late face, bro. See, the key in this connection is that he isn't top dog. When you're not
dog?
Andy.
That Ruiz wouldn't be top dog in that.
He's not top dog in that
stable.
gym, so he got to fall in suit. He gonna be seeing what the top dog do, and
no, but
then
that's not what he wanted though.
But that's the point. We're not saying what
fighters don't want to be the third, fourth string. You know what I'm saying? They want to be getting the attention they need. So, like, if you're saying that he got to fall in line, what the fuck?
I don't
need to fall in
you're
line.
misinterpreting.
I need a coach who's gonna be on me all day.
You're misinterpreting what I'm saying. You're misinterpreting what I'm saying. What I mean by that is that he is going to look at the top dogs in the gym and realize what he did is shameful.
So who's the top dogs besides Canelo?
What the fuck you mean besides Canelo?
All right, who are you comparing Andy to?
Everybody in that gym is a champ, man.
It's better than Andy.
What you mean better? Everybody's in their own division, bro. Why you trying to like?
So you throw around top dog. Only person.
I think what he's asking
Canelo
is
a top dog.
Listen,
attention. Canelo is a top dog. Oscar Valdez is a top dog. Okay, Ryan Garcia. What do you think he is? What do you think he is?
So wait a minute. So you're saying that Andy's gonna fall in line because he's gonna see these other younger fighters
training because he's gonna see these younger fighters training properly.
Oh, Andy been around forever, bro. You barking at an old dog. You acting like
he always been the man at his gym.
No. See, that's a bad argument. I'll give you a better argument. This is what ends up happening. Okay, Andy Ruiz gets to a gym where there is a dog top, that supersedes him, but he doesn't fall in the back of the line, not at all. We're talking about a heavyweight after all. We're talking about a fight where he could be in with Joshua, Wilder, Fury. Like, come on. He would become the second biggest name in that gym. But what would happen is he would be able to, like, you see these guys in videos and pictures, like they hang around. They get like, he's going to see what success looks like.
Exactly, man. Listen.
And he's going to know, look, you work hard, you play hard. That's the biggest thing he'll take away.
Bro, he's gonna, the same thing Ryan said. When I got to the Canelo camp, I realized I was not training like an elite fighter does, and I stepped up my game. And we've seen his game slightly change. I'm not saying nothing about Andy falling in line other than metaphorically in that gym and seeing what it is and what it takes. Not only that, he's gonna have in-house sparring from a young dude who's an immigrant who defected over here and is looking for everything Andy got. So when he get that in-house sparring, he ain't getting nobody who's giving him a fucking pushover okay champ. He getting a dude that wants everything he got. So I don't know what you're talking about. Maybe you need to be early to fully digest all the information. It's the truth.
That's
it's
all
the truth.
Mechanisms.
No, it's the truth. There's a lot there. There's a lot there.
In your argument,
Shinobi. Ready to me, bro.
Champ. I'm straight off the bed like them African warriors. At 1 minute, I'm ready for battle, champ.
Yeah.
So it's like you over here talking about that.
Your arguments are dull knife.
This little puppy. I gotta fall in line, man. Nah, man. Andy a G, and he like things a certain way. And like,
Andy
if you
clown,
talking to me, if you talking to me a certain way, I'm not gonna like it, and I'm gonna tell you. So it's like we're not looking.
What are you talking about? Where are you getting this from? You just hypothetically saying that Eddie's gonna talk to him a bad way. Like, get out of here with this whack ass argument.
So he's gonna have more discipline over there, right?
Of course, but why you assuming Eddie's gonna talk to him bad when he's got other champions?
Everybody that he gotta fall in line because he sees all these other cats.
That's the same thing. I'm not.
No, it's not. No, it's not. Listen.
So you can
okay, go ahead.
But I believe Ness. I believe what he's saying is true. All I'm saying is that they are both opinions. Like that's just real
mine is more probable than his. He's just saying to stir up the pot. He's saying Eddie might talk to him bad. And me, I'm not stirring up a pot by saying that a fighter is gonna look around in the gym and see all these other champions and do what they're doing. Who's stirring the pot? Who's bringing up more? Whose probability has less of a fucking percentile here? His. Get out of here. Get out of here. Like I said, Eddie will not bring a culture shock. Eddie is part of the culture. There will be no language barrier, and there'll be. I don't know what he talking about. Andy's a G. The G's are the dudes that keep their titles. Fuck you talking about?
Now he ain't never coming on the show.
Hey, Andy, on behalf of my boy Andy, I'm gonna rub that off the shoulder.
Ain't no rub that off the shoulder. Ain't no rub that off the shoulder.
Fighters have made mistakes. It's just that he made it at the highest levels. So now,
on the biggest stage.
Not in that camp.
Yeah, he
not in that camp.
The whole class.
Not in that camp. They ain't make those mistakes in that camp.
Right, but like I'm saying, I'm not totally against you on Eddy Reynoso. I know Eddy Reynoso though is a very
you don't even have
person.
a reason yet. You ain't give us one reason except some hypothetical by Reynoso talking to him disrespectfully.
Yo, Eddie's a tough dude, and you might not know that, but
hold on. No. Wait. I agree with you, Ness. So I don't want this to seem like I'm making an argument, but come on, you use the argument that fighters don't like to be the B side or the second place in a gym. How many times have we heard that from Freddie Roach fighters who left? We just heard that from Jose Ramirez. So you can't sit here and say that that's not a valid argument. Whether you believe it or not is
cool.
questionable.
Now tell me how many people have been on record and said I left Freddie because Pacquiao was the top dog and I didn't get enough attention or anything close to that.
Jose Ramirez said that.
And
he said
when
I wasn't being.
He was a prospect,
and he had too many people.
Remember when he was with Freddie was like before Mike Reed. He was a prospect. Freddie ain't supposed to give a prospect that type of attention.
Okay. I'm sorry. See, but you got to understand what you said. I thought you were saying that that's not a valid argument ever. You're saying that's not a valid argument for Andy.
It's not a valid for Andy.
Hey, yo, Mario, get behind the shield. We going in on this right now.
Go for
it. Richard Hitchens just came on the show the other day, said the same thing.
What'd he say?
My man Sosa had too many fighters.
Exactly.
Yo, this is a problem that happens in many camps. This shit old as fuck. This happens a lot. So it's like, if he's going to go in with Eddy Reynoso, he got to be one of the top three at least concentrated on him, bro. If not, he ain't gonna like that. He ain't looking to be second, third. He looking to be first. So it's like, I get it. Eddie's good. Eddie's good at making these Mexican fighters switch over to Canelo style. You know, they got Canelo as the leader in this, but not everybody gonna fight like Canelo. All right. Not everybody gonna fight like that. Not everybody's gonna respond to the same combinations the same way. None of that. So he's gonna have to come up with a specific game plan for Andy. And if he wants to do that, he gotta give him attention.
Yo, you know what? I'm going to give me and Ness the L on this one just because Doomy said, yo, get behind the shield. He went off. Yo, man. Yo, that was a good point, though, for real. I forgot we had him on. The thing is this. I don't know. Like, I think that it wouldn't matter because I don't want to say it'd work out perfectly because that's a really piss poor argument. But what I'm saying is that once Andy gets there, he has the ability to see the luxuries of success. And I'm not calling Ryan Garcia successful in the same sense as Canelo, but let's be honest, like he is very successful for where he's at in his career, more so than most have ever been. But
Ryan Garcia,
see that day in, day out, that's a great thing. And then guess what? You also become the second most important fighter in that stable.
Andy Ruiz was never Ryan Garcia until he got his fucking, night with Cinderella, okay? Let's just be real.
That's what you want to cut.
Let's just be real.
But come on, though. Like, that's
listen. Andy Ruiz didn't come out of the amateurs with his 120 fights with the hype of Ryan. Andy Ruiz didn't come into being a heavyweight prospect with the same hype as Ryan. Andy Ruiz doesn't have the following of Ryan as a prospect contender or even as a champion.
Ryan Garcia hasn't accomplished what Andy Ruiz has accomplished, so You're trying to make it sound like
no. Remember, Ryan hasn't gotten to his.
I know. I'm not saying
think about this. No. What I'm saying is the timeline. What I'm saying is the timeline.
Okay,
if you follow Ruiz's timeline, right? First of all, he bounced around from promoter to promoter. That's not what Ryan is having. Their trajectories were totally different. Andy Ruiz was an anomaly. It came out of nowhere. Ryan has a trajectory. We ain't been talking about Andy about to be a world champion. Like, what you talking about? Before Andy got that shot at AJ by accident, no one had a fight about Andy the way that we have Ryan Gervonta. Like, back in the day before Andy beat AJ, no one was saying, yo, Andy versus Luis Ruiz will be a great fight.
I mean, I ain't gonna lie.
He was an
afterthought.
He lost
Joseph Parker, I kind of see him kind of go into the shadows. He definitely wasn't being talked about as much. But I was hyped on Andy from the rip, man. I really liked the kind of like kind of tricking everybody with his speed. He was always a chubby guy coming up, but I think after Joseph Parker, he kind of fell back a little bit. From the people's eyes, I guess, it didn't allow him to catapult, like you're saying, to for people to be talking about him. But he was already, in the boxing world, people knew him as a serious threat. You know what I'm saying? Apparently, Eddie thought he wasn't as serious, but you know what I'm saying? That proved different when he got KO'd by Andy. And at the same time, just going into the trainers, like, Eddy Reynoso, look, hell of a trainer. Is it the perfect match made in heaven?
Absolutely. So pick another one.
Abel Sanchez.
What the fuck? He already see. This what I'm saying. Go wash your face. He was already with Abel.
Go
back.
He ain't split with Abel Sanchez in a messed up relationship.
Go back. Yo. So okay. Cool. Let's not make it a debate, Doomy. Explain to me how the fuck Abel and his stable is better than Reynoso's and Reynoso's stable.
Oh, well, you're picking the topic. I'm not saying anything.
Because listen to me. See, this is the problem with him. This is the problem with him. I thought you was a fighter. Because when I go to a gym, when I go to a gym, I definitely train better and learn more in a gym with professional fighters. Instead of a fucking gym with a bunch of amateurs and all the kids is 14 and 16. But Alex is defending Andy because Alex is Andy Ruiz. Alex is fucking fat, never made weight, and he'd rather train with people where he's the top dog. When you get to a real fucking gym, you gotta fall in line, and he know it. I know it because I've watched it. You don't get to do whatever the fuck you want. You don't get to play. If you are orthodox, you don't get to try to fucking turn southpaw and show off your fake shadow boxing in front of everybody. No, the coach tells you, turn the fuck around. I want you as a fucking orthodox. You better that way. You better that way. And matter of fact, stop hitting the bag for 13. Like, get the fuck in the ring and spar. You know what I'm saying? This dude wanna fucking control shit. That's what Andy want. You ain't gonna get that at Reynoso's. You gonna have to fall in line. You got to fall in line just like if you were with Robert, you gonna fall in line. Man, get out of here. Derek ain't gonna let you go eat no fucking pizza.
Let me explain to you why
let me see Bomac. Let me see Bomac give you a Snicker. See if he won't smack the Snicker out your hand. Bomac will.
You the one with the Snicker jar next to your bed. Look. Abel Sanchez, all right? I'm going back to Abel Sanchez because Abel Sanchez knows Andy already, okay? You got the high elevation up there in Bear Mountain. In Bear Mountain. Like, why don't you go back and talk to Abel Sanchez? Abel Sanchez is a good trainer with power punches, bro. He had Gennady, he had Gassiev, he had some good power-hitting guys, and he's had success with them. You saw what happened when Gennady left. He's out here trying to remake himself like he got time. Bro, go back to the fucking basics. Abel Sanchez always showed the level of discipline. He's a fucking smart man. You know what I'm saying? And Mexicano también. De la patria and all that. So it's like, Reynoso ain't the only guy. Only thing is that Reynoso's shooting at everybody's ass because, he got Canelo. You don't start mentioning Reynoso by saying Oscar Valdez and everybody else. You say Canelo, motherfucker. And that's what you start with. And
you're supposed to. You're supposed to, and you can't take that from Reynoso because he made him. There is no in between. It's only Canelo, the birth of Canelo, and Reynoso, motherfucker. So yeah, you better say Canelo's name first because he made Canelo. And when the public tried to take him when he lost to Mayweather and said he got outclassed because he with Reynoso, he brought him where he at today. Man, it's whatever. It's whatever. Yo, Andy will not have success going back to Abel. Your argument is weak. You want him to go back to someone.
You expect everybody to believe
you want him to go back to someone where he's already publicly said, I left him. He set me into my first world title fight without training me. No, we're going to go fix that. Get the fuck out of here. Okay, let's fix it. What's the upside? Let's fix it. Oh, back to the basics. Okay, that's your one upside. Where's the marketing upside to it? Huh? Because don't forget that boxing is a business. And all you fucking fools out here want to always be like, yo, fuck that. It ain't about followers. That's why your favorite fighter can't get a fucking fight, because it ain't about followers in your dumbass mind. Okay, so where's the upside in Sanchez? Gennady ain't there. Gassiev ain't fought in like a year, ducking Joey DeWelko and everybody else. Who the fuck is over there? What type of work he gonna get? Who he gonna run these miles with? Because Frank Sanchez waiting to whoop on his ass. The immigrant that defected.
Bro, I don't need fucking superstars.
Anybody can run miles.
But here,
you crazy as hell. So then everybody migrates to TMT for no reason. They wanted to train along Floyd for no reason, right?
Yeah, but listen. Look. It doesn't matter. Both of you have to understand that it doesn't matter who he picks at this point. The problem's in La Casa, homeboy. Like that, it's with him. You can't talk about what Abel did or didn't do, but at this point, everybody needs to understand that the problem is with him. Once he fixes that, then it's a whole new ballgame.
Like I said, they can fix that.
It doesn't matter who he picks. Abel Sanchez is going to be just as helpful or not helpful.
No, he's not. He doesn't bring it.
He was always going to be based on Andy Ruiz's
It's not a full camp. You guys are looking at this. You guys are looking at it.
Reynoso's gonna be like the hub where everybody's gonna look at Andy now because nobody knows Andy. So everybody's gonna look at Andy now and gravitate towards Andy because he's at Reynoso's camp.
You're right. You're right. You know
how
many?
Didn't know who Andy was. He ain't beat up a fucking champ.
You know how many people? You know how many people gonna look at him?
Old Andy, when nobody knew Andy. But this is a different.
You know how many people? You know how many people gonna look at him easily on a daily basis? Anywhere from 6 to 10 million on a daily basis, just with two people, with Ryan and Canelo alone.
Where you
That's how
many
numbers? People. I don't know. Maybe if you did some research, you would know.
No. I didn't ask you to
I can't help you.
Me. I asked you where
I can't help you.
These numbers.
I'm not gonna waste my time helping you.
He said I didn't ask you to belittle me.
I'm not gonna help you with your argument. My numbers are real. Go look for them.
Yeah, my numbers are real. He gonna have the whole audience looking for these numbers.
Mario, a dude.
What social?
Mario is a dude that does his research. Mario, where my numbers coming from, Mario? Why am I saying 6 to 10 million?
Is it on a
let the man answer. You don't got the answer, so fall back.
You in his head. You in his head, or you got the same information that he sent you. Please enlighten me.
Fall back. Let him answer.
Okay, ask the question again because I couldn't hear a word.
Where do you assume I'm saying that Andy will be viewed on a daily basis by no less than 6 to 10 million people? What could you assume I'm talking about?
Instagram.
Thank you.
Okay.
He want us to do research
Instagram
for him.
Warriors. Okay, Instagram numbers. All right.
Brother, so those are all champions. You talking Warriors?
Shitted on it. He just shitted on
because he don't know nothing. Because he don't know nothing.
And that's your problem. Look, he's talking about Instagram numbers now. Like, okay, so you're saying that Canelo per post get 10 million hits, right?
No. Right? Following. His following and Ryan's following together.
Oh, okay. So
Ryan got 5.6 and Canelo got almost 10 million.
Okay, so you're saying that.
So every time Canelo posts a picture, you can possibly see Andy. Same thing for Ryan. It will grow the same way that Ryan got to Canelo. The same way that Ryan got to Canelo. Let me speak, brother. Let me speak, because you just talking to argue. I got facts. When Ryan got to Canelo, he had 2 million followers.
I'm not talking about followers.
But I am. But I am.
About views.
I am.
You talking about views per video.
My man, what's more important? What's more important? Views? What's more important?
Subscribers get to see a video, bro. Get out of here.
What are you talking about?
If I got 10 million subscribers, Ness, and I got a video that's only pumping out 2 million views, Ness, only 2 million people saw it, Ness.
Okay.
So stop trying to elevate the numbers.
And that's why I said anywhere from 5 to 10, because it's two different followings. It's two different followings. Listen. I did say from 5 to 10, but look, this is what matters. This is what matters. He ain't even getting 1,000 views as Abel Sanchez can. But you want to argue about how many millions he getting over here. You haven't. Hold on. Stop cutting me off. The bottom line is you only came to argue. You haven't presented or painted anywhere near a beautiful picture like me. All you said is go with Abel, back to the basics. You sound like a clown, bro.
I'm talking, but you ain't listening, only to yourself.
Help me.
Knowing that I'm making valid points.
What callers?
Trying to water down what I'm saying.
We didn't even go to a caller. What callers?
Let's go to the callers. I got my girl banging on the door right now.
You haven't made an argument. You haven't made an argument to go to the callers. What's your argument? Why is Abel better? What's your argument?
Well, he didn't, but the argument is not whether Abel's better. The argument's whether Reynoso is all that or not, whether that should be the decision. And I'll be honest with you. I think that Doomy's done a really good job of showing us that it might not be the perfect fit at Reynoso's. I happen to believe that it would be a really good fit, but I don't think it's the only one, obviously. But
I don't know. Please help me.
Sanchez is an issue because, you see Abel Sanchez, right? And you see him in the media. He sneak disses so much. Like, I don't know that he's not, I don't call him like a petty guy, but he definitely holds grudges with guys. So that's the only reason why I would kind of see it as a bad move, just because, things have been said. But other than that, I mean, I can't call it at this point. I'm not going to lie. My man is making some pretty good arguments that you just brushing over.
I'm glad that you're saying that, because I want you to now not only explain to me, but obviously to the listeners, because I don't know what point he made.
I'll say it this first and foremost.
No, say his points, because I didn't hear his points.
A little better than most is Andy Ruiz is a diva. It's been said by everybody I've ever talked to that's ever been in camp with him. He's kind of a diva. He's also undisciplined. You look at Reynoso, he's not a drill sergeant. Like, we keep talking about this discipline. Like, yeah, there's discipline formed within the camp that is based on the structure of everyone as a whole. You look around, Canelo's doing the right thing. It is led by example there. But Eddy Reynoso is not walking in the gym, give me 10 maggots. Like, that's not the bullshit. That's Teddy Atlas shit. You know what I'm saying? So would he get that kind of discipline that he needs there? I don't know. It's still self-imposed, and that's the whole point of this, is that the issue doesn't matter what trainer. It's with him. He's the issue. No trainer in the world can fix him. He's got to fix himself. Once he does that, in my opinion, Eddy Reynoso would be a great fit.
You guys are assuming that Andy needs a drill sergeant. Cool. I'm going off of big camps, big gyms, and how things are done. People fall in line. People realize what they were doing in their rinky-dink gym ain't what's being done in a real gym. And they change. That's why people go to the Mayweather gym from all over the world. That's why people go to Robert Garcia. Gyms like that, you see the products that those gyms develop. We don't see lazy people come out of the Mayweather gym. I'm not saying we see crazy talent, but we definitely don't see lazy people come out of there. Not out of Robert's gym. Never out of Virgil Hunter's gym. Never out of a Derrick James gym. Never out of a Bo Mac gym. So I don't know what you guys are talking about.
Even Robert Garcia.
I've interviewed all of Andy's trainers. I've interviewed all. Again, Robert Garcia has 126, 140 pounders. That really suits Andy. So now you got to think about, because he's not thinking. He wants to argue. Let me finish my sentence. You got to think about, you got to pay a high level trainer now, a certain percentage. Plus you got to fly in sparring. Like I keep repeating, at least you got immigrant hungry. That's what immigrants bring you. Hunger, ambition, desire. You got him. He wants everything Andy wants. That's in-house sparring. You can
You're talking
fly.
about Frank Sanchez, right?
I'm talking about Frank Sanchez. You can fly in more sparring if needed, but at least you ain't got to pay for Frank Sanchez. That's all we know. That's all we know.
Here's my question. No, you know what? Never mind. That sounds like I'm hating on Frank Sanchez. Okay, go ahead.
I mean,
no,
listen,
Robert Garcia,
again, I've
thing
been
with
to
Robert
many
Garcia, though.
gyms. Frank Sanchez is the perfect thing. If you go to a gym, professional spar with highly touted prospects, up-and-coming contenders, 5-0 dudes.
Listen,
So Frank Sanchez is the best thing.
He's not going to prepare you for a Wilder. He's not going to prepare you for a Joshua. He's not going to prepare you for these massive heavyweights.
Yes, he can. That's what you need to go to a gym.
Look,
if I say something that you don't agree with, at least let me finish telling what I'm saying, because I've been to numerous camps. I've asked the same questions to numerous trainers. One fighter never makes up Wilder. Okay? Or one fighter isn't going to make Canelo. So you can use Frank Sanchez for the speed of Wilder because he's a smaller, lighter heavyweight. Then you got a taller heavyweight. And then you got a heavier heavyweight. And that combines your fighter. Talk to more trainers, gentlemen. You're never going to find a perfect sparring partner. One guy to mimic everything that the opponent does. Well, like you asked me on the regular, teach. Don't just be thinking I'm thinking sarcastic. Well, I'm teaching. That's teaching.
Okay, I knew that already. Right. But let me tell you something about that. I'm not saying that he'll be the the all be all of sparring, but like when you have a Cuban fighter, especially if they have a long background in amateurs, they're always great to have in the camps. I mean, Deontay Wilder has what's my man's name? That's who's been with them forever.
Plenty. Mike Polite, Coffee.
No, El Cubano, the Cuban.
Roberto Alonso.
He's been in that camp forever. And there's a reason why they keep these Cubans, man. These Cubans, they know how to emulate certain styles. They have a very, 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 very extensive background and straight up the basics, like and movement and all that. So I'm pretty sure that Frank would be great sparring, great help over there at the Reynoso camp. But like I said, it doesn't mean that you can't get a good sparring partner. Yeah, you're mentioning the business side. He's not gonna be paying for him and all that. But like, there's other trainers that could provide somewhat of the same thing. And we know that Andy sometimes.
But you haven't given us anything.
When there's stardom around. I mean, when his stardom hit him, it was like he wasn't like how does he react? Are we gonna get that positive reaction that you're hoping for, that he's going to hit the camp and he's going to be around these great fighters, he's legend, Canelo and all, and he's going to change? Like, is that what's like, do you think that he's starry-eyed like that?
Brother, I'm using history, man. Like, again, you just do everything you're talking about is assumption. You keep saying, what other people bring, but you're not mentioning that. I'm consistently giving you what Reynoso brings. You haven't shown me what any of, you just say, I hear that you're saying he's not going to have to pay for sparring, but other guys can do that. So paint it. What other fucking trainer has in-house sparring? Paint the story for us and Andy.
Not in-house sparring.
So then don't say that. So then don't say that. I'm giving him
credit for what you just said. What are you talking about?
All I'm saying is that if Andy listens to the show, you're telling him to go back to Abel, but you're not presenting anything. At least I'm telling him, you got Frank over there. You got Canelo over there. You're not selling. Forget the listeners. You supposedly saying that Abel is just as good.
You kind of cut my head every time I try to do that.
Please, bro. You got since you came on that you haven't made a single point. The only thing you said was go with Abel. It's back to the basics. Name something else. Something else.
All right, so if I'm trying to battle in your idea of the trainer got to be famous, the trainer got to have top fighters in order for him to have views. Like, you're throwing a whole bunch of shit together. With at the end of the day, me,
brother,
as a
that's
fighter,
why this is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying, yo.
Be prepared for battle. It's like, I can't throw at you here and tell you, like, oh, go to Abel Sanchez's camp and he's gonna get 10 million views. I can't tell you that, champ. I can tell you
my man, let me tell you something, bro. This is like, it's so hard for me, man, with you guys. It's like, bro, what is the best option? Put yourself in Andy's position, bro. Why you acting like, I don't want to use these words. What's wrong with y'all? Why are you selling him short? Oh, go to Abel is just as good. Is it better? What is his best option? Oh, I'm not playing your game that's about numbers and views. Motherfucker, what's better for the fighter? Is it just the trainer? Isn't it better to have every fucking thing? A good camp, a good stable, views, attention, media, the best trainer who won an award for trainer of the... No. Oh, why do I have to play your game? What's best for the fighter? If my son was a fighter, what's best for him? Like, what the fuck are we talking about?
I'll make this point.
Fuck,
could be not best for the fighter is going into a camp where you're not the attention. Not a camp, but being out of a camp, not having that attention. Being in the camp, not having that attention. Okay, we've seen so many incredible trainers buckle under the pressure of too many talented stars. You know what I'm saying? And so it's a tough thing to do. And we don't see it a lot as much as we did, 5, 6, 7, 8 years ago. So I could say that definitely is something that could hinder him. You have to acknowledge that.
Listen, I got a son. And if my son was a fighter, this is the best example I'm going to give y'all. And I'm moving on. We're going to open up the lines because I can't with y'all. I want the best for my son or my fighter. It is the best for him financially, publicity-wise, marketing, everything. I want him around the best influences. Why wouldn't I want him around Canelo? Why wouldn't I want him around other world champions? Like, the asinine thinking of this man is retarded. But my son, I want the best fit everywhere. Not fucking one box to be ticked. Every box possible. Every box possible is what I want. I want the trainer to be a fucking multiple-time trainer of the year. And I want his stable to be full of champions. And I want them to have multiple fucking followers. Why? Because I need my son to have that. Because I want my son to get $1 million paydays. I want my son to be rich and famous. The fuck is he talking about? Oh, go with Sanchez. Back to the basics.
I guess we're gonna have to ask Andy how much he gonna have to pay Reynoso, see if they okay with it. A star trainer like that gonna cost a lot of money, right?
All the negatives. You sound like a UK dude. Let's not look at why it's a good fit. Let's look at why it's a bad fit.
I'd rather him go to
you gotta look at it all. You gotta look at it all,
brother. The positive outweighs the negative, and you guys sound like clowns just looking for an argument.
You don't want to bring up the negative. How do you know?
So why haven't you given me another? Listen, he at least gave a fighter. He at least gave a trainer. Who you recommended? Because you ain't recommend no one.
I told you I'm good with Reynoso. I think that the problem is
so you just arguing to argue
on his arguments that make a lot of sense. Like
so Mario, what's his argument?
Some of them aren't based on opinion, but
what's his argument?
So are mine.
What's his argument? Please tell us one.
His overall argument is that
just give us one.
There's no foundation to suggest that Eddy Reynoso is the answer to Andy Ruiz. And him being there, being a top dog is not going to happen. He's going to have to fall in line. Is he going to be okay with that? Is he going to be cool with calling Eddy up and saying, yo, Eddy, what's up, man? I got to talk. Nah, brother, I'm sorry. I'm playing dominoes with Canelo. I'm giving him a bubble bath. Nah, man, me and Canelo, yo, we're skipping in the park right now. You're going to have to fall back, champ. Hey, you know what? Get at me next Tuesday. I think I should be good by next Tuesday. Oh, is that Cinco tomorrow? Oh, fuck. Never mind. Hey, you know what? Next Friday. Next Friday's good. Yo, come by the gym then. We'll me and you'll hook up. Now, obviously, that's a really crazy, far-fetched, sarcastic example. But you understand where I'm going with this.
No, that's more of a lie. And if this was the court, listen to me. That's more of a lie. Exactly. Exactly. It is a lie because it never happened. There is no fighter. There is no Jose Ramirez. There is no Jose Ramirez. There is no Andy Ruiz that left Abel Sanchez, that left Freddie Roach for the same reasons that you're trying to criticize Reynoso. You are just putting it out there, but it doesn't exist. What does exist is that he has 2 world champions and 2 touted prospects or contenders. That's what exists. That's what exists.
And neither of them have been in the ring with a guy like Mayweather or Pacquiao. Neither of them have been in
what are you talking
these
about?
Super fights. I'm talking about the rest of his stable. You just said he's got 2 world champions. You're absolutely right. There are talented gyms all over the place. But when you're talking about stars, we all know there's only one star in that gym. If Andy Ruiz wants to be the star of his gym, who's to say that he's going to take that lane down? That's the only point.
Andy Ruiz has already been the star of his gym, and it doesn't work. You arguing for him to go do the same shit he did. Run his gym into a fucking loss.
Stop. First of all, you're telling everyone what's good and bad for him. Okay, so that's you. You got to understand that you're trying to tell us what's good and bad for him. You don't know.
That's my point.
Neither do I.
That's my job. You're supposed to argue what's good and bad.
You're getting pissed off at us. You're saying, well, you're talking about the negatives and not the pot. Well, what do you want us to do? You want us to just say
yes. I want you to give me the positives as to why Derek James would be the better fit. Not this is what I'm saying. You guys are so corny that you're arguing why my pick is bad, but you haven't given me no reason why there's a better pick. Do you get it? Argue to me why Derek James is better, and don't just say because back to the basics. Back to the basics.
I'm gonna take that name real quick, man. Derek James. All right.
No. Your name is done. You picked Abel. That's who you picked.
All right. Let's go back to my pick.
That's not. Yo, this is the dictator terms and necessary.
Yo, how many names do you get to pick? How many names? How many trainers? Listen to me. How many trainers do you get to pick before we open up the fucking phone lines? So do I get a top pick and a secondary pick too? Exactly. Listen. A defense attorney gets 1 opening argument. You don't get fucking to pick 3 opening arguments.
But get to present a lot of facts.
It's a debate. It's always a debate. It's always a debate.
You came on the show ready to rock and roll with all the information you could have collected, ready to argue your point. All right. I came on, my friend, giving you suggestions. Now you want to sit here and tell me what I think could match up with the social media and everything else? You threw out a name right now, Derek James. I think that's a hell of a good fucking trainer for him.
Don't make me. I'm making your argument. Now you want to change it. I said, what's the best fit? You chose to think that best fit is only boxing because you are thinking with your small head.
You said name another person that he could go to.
No. Listen, Mario.
Sanchez. That's what happened.
Mario.
Rewind it back. That's what happened. I promise you. On anything, that's what happened. You said pick another name. He literally went, Abel Sanchez.
And the reason I
zero thought into that. He was just making a point that he could give you basic facts that line up with why it's a good fit the same way you're doing with Reynoso. That's all he was trying to
And he hasn't. All he said is Abel Sanchez is back to the basics.
Sure, but you can't hold him to that because his ultimate point was that Eddy Reynoso is not the end-all be-all. That's his ultimate point.
And there's nothing to base it. There's nothing. Reynoso has a world champion that he built. He built a world champion.
That's beats me.
So that right there takes your point out about he has no foundation. What's the basis? What you mean? The foundation is the champion he built.
Let me tell you, Ness, where I don't win with you, all right? It's very hard for me to pick out a trainer that's going to have a champion with the caliber of Canelo's, social media, pull. It's going to be extremely hard for me to find a trainer like that, okay? I could go with Robert Garcia, which was my second name that I mentioned after Abel Sanchez. I don't know if you heard it because you was going Shinobi on me. Robert Garcia, he has, Mikey Garcia as a champion. He has some good stable. He might not have a Frank Sanchez over there, but I'm pretty sure Mikey Garcia gets views. Does he get it like fucking Canelo? I don't think nobody does. Nobody. You threw Derek James right now. My bolt fucking went up. Okay, Derek James. He's very, very known. He's won Trainer of the Year. He got a hard hitter like Earl Spence in the Charlos. Okay, that looks like a good mesh. You know what I'm saying? But like for me to sit here and pick out a fucking trainer that has a champion that's gonna be able to deliver the amount of media pull that Canelo does is fucking almost impossible. Like I'm sticking to like where Andy can fall into place where he's not gonna make the same type of fuck ups. Like I think old school guys kind of give that feel. I mean, I'm not saying Manny Robles wasn't an old school guy, but like even if I was to go as far as like even going Nacho Bernstein, like I don't even know if Nacho's still training fighters, but like I think that Andy, since he was, he made most of his amateur fights and his professional fights. I think he fought a lot in Mexico, so I think maybe he does need to go back home. I'm not saying that Reynoso ain't the perfect fit, but I can see where there might be little problems given Andy's track record. You feel me? That's all I'm saying. It's gonna be impossible for me to find a fucking trainer that's gonna have that much media pull with a champ. I mean, Mario, can you think of one?
Bro, that's one box. That's one box. That's what I'm saying.
I can't check that box.
Okay, so move on and prove to us that Abel is better. How many fucking boxes does he tick? You guys just ramble.
All right. Well, I got to explain to you that I can't match that up first because that's what you're throwing at me as your like fucking, your surefire stone that you're throwing at me. Like, okay.
Which, by the way, I don't see how that helps you.
Surefire stone, bro. I mentioned
that's the one that kills Goliath and shit.
Dog.
Yo, he got 10 million views.
This is you. This is you buying time. This is you buying time. I gave Andy about 5 fucking boxes, bro. Get out of here. Your weak ass argument.
Been trainer of the year. Robert Garcia got champs in the camp. Robert Garcia is a great trainer. What other boxes you want me to check?
The only box that
why do I gotta keep giving you the boxes?
Was that he didn't have Frank Sanchez?
Why don't you present them? What the fuck, my man?
He checked the box of fucking views. You said that he's gonna fall in line with the other guys. That's what I just said. He got a good camp, Robert Garcia. So the only box I'm not checking this is your views. All right, champ?
And Frank Sanchez.
Out of here.
Exactly, Mario. And there's more. That's the point. You don't have to follow Ness's guideline. Explain to the viewers why Robert Garcia is a better pick. Give them. Stop fucking cutting me off. Oh, God. Bro, you've been saying it since you came on and haven't said shit. Give us a list. Give us a bullet point. Give us a bullet point. Give us a bullet point. Look, talking over. You're just corny, bro. You got no argument and you're upset. Do your research next time. Wake up on time so you won't be the shitty part of the show.
Listen, I'll give you something about Robert Garcia that will. Look, with Robert Garcia, it's like family type stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like that's kind of how it was with Henry Ramirez and Areola. With him, he gets family type stuff. You know what I mean? Like he gets welcomed in. It becomes like a brotherhood. That's what happens with everybody in that camp. I'm not saying that some people haven't come out dysfunctional, but do you notice how anybody who's ever had dysfunction in that camp, almost anybody, there's only one guy I can think of that hasn't, has always come back and showed love, has always had a special place in their heart for the Garcia camp and Garcia family. So I think that's one thing that definitely helps him. He's not far from home, and at the end of the day, he doesn't have to be out of his element as much. You know, you talked about the Spanish music, Spanish speakers, all that stuff. He's within his element. I think.
Thank you, Mario, for doing a good job. Because I mentioned culture and the music. Those are all boxes that my man over here, the bum guy, the bum host can't answer or check. He wants me to keep helping him.
It's kind of hard to talk over you sometimes, champ.
Sure.
I'm not gonna
You're looking for excuses. You're looking for excuses. That's all.
Start going Kermit.
When people are unprepared, they want to argue. That's the problem. I was prepared, so I didn't argue.
Prepared. I'm always prepared,
Sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Box number 1, back to the basics. Box number 2, he's got a stable. Box number 3,
champ.
Mikey.
You can't come at him like that
fuck?
because you
clown, man. Clown because it's
subscribers.
It's clown shit to me. It's clown shit to me.
This is like the best show of the week so far.
It's clown shit to me. I just look at it like that. It's clown shit to me. If my fighter was my son, if I manage a fighter, I know I'm not eating unless the success of that fighter. So I'm gonna send him to Abel Dead Sanchez. That's what I'm saying. That's the first. Abel, right? That's the first place I'm sending him.
First spin I put on the argument, and he's just trying to nail me to the cross with that.
Because people,
stick to Robert Garcia now.
People should not listen. I say this about the callers. I say this about the callers all the time. I say this about the callers.
Come on, man, get out of here. He's been a trainer of the year.
Yo, you will never be a successful manager. You better take me up on my offer of investing in my management firm. You are a fucking bum. You a bum. I'm going to send a heavyweight. Let me talk because you ain't saying nothing. You only saying dumb bum shit. I'm going to send a fucking heavyweight. I'm going to send a heavyweight to where the biggest dude is a fake welterweight. That's where I'm going to send my heavyweight. That's where I'm going to send my product to get developed, where the biggest dude is a fake welterweight. Okay? This guy's a clown. Don't ever let him manage your fighter. Clown.
What he's saying, Mario? I'm gonna send my fighter into oblivion because he doesn't have heavyweights.
Exactly.
What the fuck?
Exactly.
What's wrong with you?
Exactly.
Yo,
exactly. Exactly. Exactly.
Oh, so if I'm a trainer, I only fucking train welterweights.
No.
I can't train a heavyweight, Mary.
No. But Mario, how many heavyweights has Robert Garcia trained?
At least 5 that I can count.
What?
No, never mind. He was junior and he was a lightweight. Never mind. I guess so. Let's see. It's Mike Garcia. Wait, you said Robert Garcia, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so there's Mikey Garcia. Brandon Rios was a welterweight.
No, I said heavyweights.
Oh, you said heavyweights. I'm sorry. No, you said welterweights.
I said how many heavyweights has Robert Garcia trained? None that I know of.
I don't remember any. Yeah, I don't.
None that I know of. At least Reynoso got his beak wet already with Frank Sanchez. Now let's think about heavyweight stables. In a heavyweight stable, how many heavyweights do coaches have? I don't know. Manny Robles had 2 while he had Andy that I know of. Charles Martin.
Let me ask you a question real quick, and this isn't sarcasm at all. What do you think the issues are or could be for a guy who's for a trainer, a world-class trainer that has never had to train a heavyweight before? Then training a heavyweight, what issues would they come into play?
Listen, my thing isn't about issues. See, that's what I'm saying. You guys are arguing the wrong thing with me. Look at the title, bad pick or perfect fit. I'm looking for the Lego or the piece of the puzzle that fits perfectly. And what's perfect? To check every fucking box. What's every box? The trainer at least has some experience with heavyweights. Okay, Reynoso checks that. What's another box? I don't know, in-house sparring so that we can always get work. Okay, he checks that. What's some other box? I don't know, maybe some world champions in your camp. Okay, he checks that. I don't know, maybe winning trainer of the year. Okay, he checks that. What's a big box? Hard for a lot of trainers to get? Building your champion, grassroots style from the very beginning. The minute that his mom popped him out, Reynoso trained him. That is impressive. Not stripping away his biggest achievement because it's Canelo, like he didn't make Canelo. Like it wasn't him and Canelo in Guadalajara when he had red hair. That was him. So how do you strip that away? You can't. You can't. And there's more boxes. The Chepo box, all right? What does Sanchez not have? He got a home in Big Bear. He don't got no chef. Doesn't fucking Andy need to watch his weight? Yes, another box Reynoso checks with Chepo, right? Like, I don't got to do the job for you. Wake the fuck up. Do the research. I'm just better.
Hey yo, you seen the box, the tainted meat box he checked, right?
That's right.
Like,
yeah. Now he looking for.
Let him burn.
I'm gonna clown you a little bit, you know what I'm saying? But come on, champ, you're gonna check a fucking nutritionist as a box, bro? Come on, champ. You think Eddie can afford a fucking?
You looking bad now.
No. What
you
he's
looking
saying
bad.
If you're gonna check that, you gotta.
This is what he does, Mario. He jumps on your ass before you even get your point across. You know what I'm saying? This is what he does. He's like, yo, he's about to win, so I gotta kill him. Like, let me tell you something. He could get a fucking nutritionist out there, champ. Why are you checking like unwanted boxes? Like, don't try to add extra boxes to your fucking collection of boxes, champ. This is not a good box to check off, bro. You could get a nutritionist anywhere the hell you are, and that's fine. Some of these boxes you throwing out there, I think you're just reaching, bro. And let's get back to this fucking 10 million view hit that you talking about. So you telling me that Canelo, right, is gonna post Andy Ruiz on every post on his page? Because last time I checked, Eddy Reynoso's page only got 257,000 followers. All right.
Do you know that that's more than 90% of the boxers in boxing?
Hold on.
Do you know that?
Wait a minute. You see where I'm going with this? He's in trouble.
Who's in trouble?
So wait a minute. Canelo team, Eddy Reynoso got 257,000.
I want you to find another trainer that got that. You can't even find another trainer. You can't find another trainer that got that. Fuck you talking about?
Where's the 10 million views at, champ? You trying to ride the coattails of Canelo, bro. Canelo ain't posting Andy every fucking post. Where on Canelo's fucking page you see him posting other fighters every other post except Brian Garcia?
It just shows that you are the wrong person to manage any fighter. You know, bro, you can't find another trainer. Let me speak. Let me speak one sentence. Find me another trainer with 40%, 30% of his following. You can't. It don't exist. It don't exist. It don't. But that's what I'm telling you. The title said you want to argue with me. Yo, Majid was right. You want to argue with me just to argue. Oh my God. Oh my God. I can't even talk. Go ahead. Talk.
Now you're trying to defend. Your numbers just went drastically down. All right. Now you're trying to defend Eddy Reynoso as being the trainer with the most numbers. Come on, champ. That whole viewing and all that shit you was saying ain't gonna ride, bro.
Brother, I don't know what you're talking about. Did you look up Canelo? I mean, I don't know. And did you look up Ryan? Because I mentioned the both. But that's the problem. That's the problem with you coming on late. Listen, just hear me out. Hear me out for 5 seconds. You keep coming. Oh my God.
I'm not saying bullshit.
I'm going to the callers, man. I'm going to the callers, bro. I'm good. You don't know what you're talking about, bro.
Plenty of people know what
Remember to rate us 5 stars on iTunes.
These calls are brought to you by El Camino Electrical Services, experts in electric vehicle charging stations. For consultations and turnkey installation, visit us at elcaminoelectricalservices.com.
You know how these bitches is in the sport. Total disrespect. Kid has no class, no style at all. I'm a gorilla, I'm a dog. I'm a dog, I'm a gorilla.
The smartest thing you can do is to stay away from Derek.
It can't be the boogeyman if I'm chasing him. You want to bet? You can bet 100,000 on that. Let's bet $1 million. Easy. Let's bet $1 million.
Yo, good morning.
Good morning, J-Mac.
All right, I've been in and out. I've been hearing some of it. You and Alex going back and forth about who Andy Ruiz should train with, correct?
Correct.
Okay, that's your arguing that he don't need to be with a guy holding him accountable.
No.
And they're all, what are you arguing this?
I'm not arguing that at all.
Okay.
I'm saying that Reynoso, since Reynoso came out and said he's willing to train him, that he is the perfect fit. Perfect fit for Andy, in my opinion.
Okay, what is Alex arguing?
That Abel Sanchez is a better fit.
I said Abel Sanchez and Robert Garcia. I gave a couple of options to why the argument was different.
Okay, well, with that being said, let's go conclude what I say. I think he should move on and go with another trainer because that trainer...
Hate to cut you, champ, but that is your time. You got a second call, obviously. Oh, shit. And Skype done fucking restarted. All right, we're going out to Rel in Detroit. What up? Rel?
Just listening.
All right. We going to Lidslow, Decatur, Georgia.
Man, I've been waiting to get on this motherfucker. Look at him, man. First of all, shout out to each and every one of y'all. Shout out to Baldy. All right, here we go. Mario, you had won the goddamn thing in my eyes because I was going to say what y'all didn't say until you finally said it. It's all on Andy. It don't matter what fucking trainer he got. He won the world championship with his trainer, correct? So the trainer ain't too much of the issue. It's goddamn Andy. He done got good. He done ate good. He like, fuck it. It's whatever. But I'm gonna leave that alone. Do me. My nigga, I fucks with you. Excuse me for my yelling, dog. Shout it. I don't care if your point is wrong or right. The fact that you willing to stand on your shit, man, I fucks with you. You keep staying on this show and just get your ass on here a little early so we can all be here. I appreciate you. Yes, my nigga, I fucks with you.
You know, I'm taking on Goliath over here, man.
Man, you ain't taking on shit. You looking crazy. You looking crazy, champ. I see that now. I see that now, man. I see. But you know, I always knew the information, so it's just sad that, even with someone else's career, you still won't change. Like, you've already seen mistakes firsthand, but you won't change. That don't make sense to me. He's saying Skype muted. Who's muted on Skype? Oh, Mario's muted. Let me see here. So we're going to go, what looks like a new caller in a 678, and we just reconnected with Skype. Sorry, fellas, we disconnected, unfortunately. 678, new caller, who's this?
This is James Benitez from Decatur, Georgia.
James, what's going on, brother?
Salute.
Man, why can't these boys just respect your mind, Ness, and just agree with you for a change, man? You on the right track with everything that you're saying. I don't even know why the hell Abel Sanchez's name is being brought up. He already done slandered Andy's name out here in these streets. And shit, Mario's actually right. It is on Andy just to actually get back in the gym and just do some work. He's been eating good, just like my other brethren from Decatur just said. And he had the taste of that world titles. And I appreciate y'all just taking my call. Keep on doing y'all thing. I'm always going to support the show.
Thank you, brother. James Benitez. Mario, hope you got that. New caller. So once again, for everybody joining us on Skype, we disconnected, but we're back. And yeah, man, again, the title is self-explanatory. The arguments are pointless. Canelo's trainer, Eddy Reynoso, interested in training Andy Ruiz. Bad pick or perfect fit? Simple, If it's a bad pick, let us know. Who's a better pick? Please tell us why he's better, I like that pick, though. So hopefully Andy goes with it. We're going back out to what looks like.
So interesting that you come across like a nice guy, but you're really a piece of shit. Hey, with that comment. No, that was a piece of fuck you. That was a piece of shit. We're doing live TV. Man, I don't care. What you gonna do about it?
I'll kill this mother. Why do you have to talk like that? Well, I'm talking to you the way I want to talk to you. You have a problem? Turn off your station. I'm the best ever.
Good morning, y'all. What's up?
What up? Good morning.
I don't think that's a good pick, man. Reynoso is Canelo trainer, right?
Yes, sir.
And Alex said he rather
I mentioned Abel first, then we went with Robert Garcia. That's what we were sticking with.
Yeah, I think Robert Garcia probably be the best fit for Andy Ruiz. I just think he got a little more knowledge to the game than Reynoso. I'm not really big on them and stuff like that. They're doing pretty good with Canelo. But, I don't want to get to a point where they got to pick certain fights for Andy Ruiz and stuff like that for him to look good. So, yeah, Robert Garcia probably be the best fit for him. That's all I got on it. And shout out to TVV,
JT, man, that's sad, man. I thought you was a fighter, man. I mean, I would not put my son, if he was a heavyweight, in a camp where the biggest dude is a 126-pounder who decided to turn welterweight. I mean, I want my young champion, I want him to get some work with some heavyweights because that's what he's gonna be. But we're gonna go to Keem in Florida.
El gran campeón puertorriqueño, this is Davis, Tito Trinidad.
got any excuses tonight, Roy? Let's not ask questions like that. Let's touch the gloves and go to work. Tonight, Roy? Let's go to work.
Yo. Nada from my man.
Nothing from Keem. All right, we're going to Sid in Orlando.
What up, what up, what up? Everybody need to like the video. I feel like if Ruiz went over there with Canelo and them, that it'd be a good fix because I like the way they got that little sharpshooting with their style, that upper body movement, help Big Boy lose some of that weight on his sides, get that slab off, and shit. I mean, I think the catch and punch, all that shit, I think that it'd be a good fit or whatever, and yeah, man, that shit I said about your co-host, you just see that shit in due time, dog. You just was trying to be hopeful and positive about some shit. But that's all I got for the show, man.
Yep. No, I'm starting to see it, man. I was saying it today, and Doomy cut me off. Like, people just want to argue with me, and that's cool. That's cool, because look, JT got a counterpunch, which I'm pretty sure is going to be an argument about me and his horrible fucking pick as a fighter. You know what I'm saying? I fought in border wars, and I train at a professional gym with world professionals, you know what I'm saying? And it is difficult for me to get sparring as a 6'5", 250-plus fighter, you know what I'm saying? Doomy gets 10 times more sparring than me, I don't because I'm a heavyweight. But nah, I'll just take my opinion out of my ass like the rest of y'all. You know what I mean? Let me put my heavyweight world champion in with Mikey Garcia. He's gonna learn a lot over there. Okay, go ahead, counterpunch.
My opinion, my word is God. That's what I'll start doing then.
Yeah, no, my word is God. That's how confident.
See?
That's how confident I am in everything I say. That's how confident I am in everything I say.
You heard what that caller said? He said, I told you about them co-hosts. Didn't I tell you about them co-hosts? And Ness said, I see what you talk about.
Yeah.
Bruh, you want me to go through the list of how many people have called me and said, I told you about Ness. I told you.
Hey, I see it though.
Like,
I see it.
Right now?
Mario,
right
think
now?
about it. Mario, is he right or is he wrong? You literally, hold on, let me finish. Is he right or is he wrong? You literally pick Eddie as the best fit. So did I, but you're sitting here arguing with me for Doomy. So he is right. He is right.
What I'm doing, listen, we're friends. What I'm doing is I'm trying to show you when you're being a little crazy.
Sure, brother.
You said, bro, you just said your opinion's God.
Yo,
I know you're kidding. I know
exactly.
you're joking. But at the same time,
he meant it with a little G.
He meant it a little bit.
Whatever.
He meant it a little bit. And that's what I'm trying to say is, look, you got to understand this job is kind of hard when that happens.
All I know is I made a better point.
You try to put us in a situation where everyone's against us. That's what you do. So as hard
you
as
against
it is
yourself
for you
with
to
a
have
trash
other
opinion.
people argue with you, it's just as hard to argue with somebody who is a master at getting everybody to rally against somebody.
Sure,
You do that really well live on air.
Sure,
so,
bro.
you know what I'm saying? Like, it's a difficult job. Look, you know better than everybody the turnover rate at this job, okay? There's a high turnover rate. And why? Because not everybody's got... Look, you've talked shit to me, you talk shit to Doomy, but we're still here. We're still friends. Like, that's the type of people you need. The people you can kind of use as a punching bag sometimes, but at the same time...
You guys need to punch back.
That motherfucker that's going to throw back.
And y'all ain't throwing back. Y'all ain't throwing back. Y'all here punching like girls. Y'all like this.
We hit you so hard.
Y'all punching like girls. This y'all right here. Y'all like this.
Y'all hit you so hard.
Get out of here. I wish y'all would at least.
It makes you go numb. You don't even feel them anymore because you're getting hit so fucking hard to the body. Piss and blood seems normal to you.
Bro, Mario, you made the same argument as me.
I know, but
Reynoso.
The point that I'm trying to make is that you are shitting
Let me get to this counterpunch, man. Okay, go ahead. Let me get to this counterpunch. JT, man, talk to me.
Listen, this. I'm not gonna argue back and forth with you. You picked Reynoso up, and you acting like if he went with Danny Garcia, whatever his name, Garcia. Robert Garcia. He was a professional fighter. They can't get heavyweights in there. He's not gonna be sparring Mikey Garcia. I'm going for the experience who's been in the ring if I am a fighter, I'm a former fighter, so I'm going off of my experience, and I would have picked Robert Garcia over all the other ones that got more experience. I'm just going with him. He's going to help me get sparring in there. It's a little different with you though, Ness. You know what I'm saying? But
no, see, and it's the thing, and it's the thing, and it's the thing. Perfect fit. Like, oh, Ness, you pushing the goalpost back. Canelo's trainer, Eddy Reynoso, is interested in training Andy Ruiz Jr. Bad pick or perfect fit? Okay? Perfect fit. Is Robert the perfect fit or is he a good pick? That's the question. We're looking for perfect fit. That's why I said, who checks more of the boxes? And again, as a fighter, he didn't answer the question. Because I'm a dude that can't get sparring. I can't get sparring. I need to be in another gym with bigger people. I can't, the fighters, pro fighters, and I'm not trying to shine and think because I can't fight. That's not what I'm saying. But I got natural, hold on, stop coming on. I got natural power. So professional fighters in my gym who I've interviewed on this show will not spar me, even though I am a novice. They've stopped sparring me. Shadeja Green doesn't want me to spar her no more. I'm heavy-handed. Hakeem Nurse doesn't want me to spar anymore. I'm heavy-handed. And that's why they brought a dude in with Mad Nationals to beat the shit out of me, because the dudes that are there that are 170, 200, that they could flirt and spar with me don't want to. Doomy ass don't be wanting to spar me. So it's hard for a heavyweight. But we're going to go with Robert, right? We're going to go with Robert. We're going to pay Robert 30%, 10%. Argue whatever percent you want. And then we going to pay out of pocket for sparring. And that's what I'm saying. Perfect fit. But that's what I'm saying, Mario. Who is the best fit? Now you got to worry about sparring. Okay, with Reynoso, you at least get some. With Reynoso, you at least get marketability. With Reynoso, you know you're getting attention. That's all I'm saying. Who checks all the boxes? Robert Garcia has to fly everywhere. Robert don't only got Mikey. I interviewed, I text Pita. Look, I'm going to fucking look. I text Pita not too long ago because I want him on the show, because I want to know when there it goes. Monday, I tell you, he still ain't get back to me. I want to know when he started being a head trainer. What are y'all talking about? Send him to Robert, like Robert's in everybody's corner. Robert got both Tananaras. He got Hector and his brother. He got the Franco kid. How many fucking people does Robert got? Did y'all forget? How many people does Robert got? We just interviewed someone and said, yo, Robert's my trainer. I'm like, what?
That'd be his only heavyweight if he went in there, right?
Exactly, but how busy is he? You talking about Reynoso might not have time for him. Y'all
they're both busy.
And look, because people want to argue with Ness, they both busy. No, Robert has more than a dozen fighters, do me. This is what I'm saying. If y'all did y'all research instead of just wanting to argue with me.
You just did that research right now.
No. What the... My nigga, I'm in this sport. Man, I'm good, man. I can't argue with you.
You ain't saying
I'm
that.
I'm good.
I know. You just said that right now. Yo, and by the way.
Brother, because y'all don't think. Y'all forgetting Carlos Adames. Y'all forgetting Virgil Ortiz and Jose Ramirez and Mikey Garcia. Y'all forgetting Hector Tananana and James Franco. Y'all forgetting, not me. Y'all forgetting. I said the perfect fit is Eddie. I don't gotta make your argument. I don't have to make your argument. I don't gotta make your argument. I don't gotta tell you how many fighters Robert got, because I said the perfect fit was Eddie.
Well, but you messed up though with Robert though, so.
How I messed up?
Because Hector Tanahara is trained by his father mostly for the
and
most
where
part.
He's getting his sparring.
Cornered by Robert.
Where is he getting his sparring? And exactly, he's cornered by Robert. Isn't that the exact argument that I made, that Robert will be pulled, that somehow Pita is now a head trainer? That's what I made, but you just want to argue with me. You just want to argue with me. Y'all so corny.
I just said that you were right. God damn.
No, you just try to argue with me. Man, get out of here, man. Landlord, talk to me.
This is like a Black Mirror fucking episode.
Y'all is the Black Mirror with y'all whack ass fucking trainer picks. Let's put him in Virgil Hunter's camp next.
Nah, champ.
Landlord, talk to me. Landlord.
Yo, I'm just listening, bro.
All right. Stainless, talk to me.
Red belt, black belt, WO and green. I'm king. Undisputed GOAT, TBE. And you can catch the news first on TBV. Voice of the people, now let me speak. Scientists of the sweet, BOXING.
I literally be lip singing that shit, Stainless.
Yo, TBV, what's good?
What up, man? Dodging these whack picks, man.
Yo, Les, initially I was taking their side, man, but as you just said before I came on, I did a little research. And I'm gonna have to say, yeah, Reynoso is probably the top pick, if not the best pick. Reason the second best pick that I could think of will probably be Joe Goosen, because he's got a heavyweight fighter. You know, he's in Southern California.
Ain't he training Pulev now?
Yeah, and he still got Ariella too, right? You know what I'm saying? And then here's the biggest argument. Like I typed in heavyweight fighters related with Robert Garcia, and the first thing to pop up was an old TBV interview from 2017 where he said he prefers not to train heavyweights because they bigger. He most of his fighters are from 105 to 140. He has a different training regimen, so it probably wouldn't make sense for him to go over to Robert Garcia's gym either. The only other person I could think of was Trimble. That's Kanaki, and I think he's Charles Martin's trainer too now, right?
Honestly, I like Trimble, but like, you know, his biggest name is Algeria outside of Kanaki, man. That's what I'm saying. Like, yo, shit is important. That's what I'm saying. If my son was a fighter, I'm gotten, man. I'm gotten.
Yeah, so I have to say, yeah, Reynoso is probably the best fit or the top fit for him right now. You know what I'm saying, in my opinion. That's all I got. I come back from my boomerang.
Yo, shout out to Stainless for real, but honestly, and I'm not trying to be a dick or nothing, but Joseph said that before, and I was gonna tell you that, but you just didn't stop, and then I forgot.
It's all good. It don't matter.
I just want to give Joseph a shout out.
I don't need Robert to tell me what I know from all my years in this business. It is better for a fighter to fight amongst his division in the gym, so he's always sharp. Look at all the sparring that Crawford gets. Everyone we interview in his camp spars with him. Why would they send a heavyweight over there? Come on, man. You want to get sharp. Iron sharpens iron, except in this argument. All of a sudden, it's like, no, we'll fly into iron because, you know, fucking whack-ass arguments, man. Get out of here, bullshit.
Hey, Les, I don't know, but how many heavyweights has Reynoso trained thus far?
And you know what I answered with that? At least he's flirting with Sanchez.
Okay.
All
right.
How many has Robert trained?
Okay, but
how many has Robert trained?
None, apparently.
And how many has Sable? How many has Abel trained?
No. But you know where I'm going with this.
Where?
You don't see it?
No.
How many heavyweights has Reynoso trained?
He has Sanchez.
Okay, so he hasn't trained no fucking body in the heavyweight division.
No. He's training a heavyweight.
Okay,
Listen to me. You think
for you to say that Robert Garcia automatically is not a pick anymore because you had an interview with him where he would prefer to train heavyweights at that time because his camp was full of people around there. I don't get that.
It's full of the same people. You sound so dumb, dog.
No, I don't, bro.
Yes.
That a trainer is not going to be able to train a fucking heavyweight.
My man, the fact that you're arguing.
And that's all in the end be all. He can't train a person that's heavier. That shit is stupid.
Dog, the fact that you're arguing the trainer's words is just illogical.
Because you could take interviews out of context to meet your own narrative.
I
gotta go back now. Look at that.
Go back.
Send me the link, Stainless.
Go back. I interviewed him. It was me interviewing him. I don't need to go back, my man.
Ask Robert Garcia today if he would train a heavyweight.
Why don't you tell me what's changed in his stable, silly? Well, he's going to answer you the same way. That's what I'm trying to tell you. My answer isn't based off my opinion. My answer is based off my years interviewing trainers. They would prefer to train in and around their weight. That's just natural. It's sad that you call yourself a trainer and don't think that's you call yourself a trainer and don't think that's important.
Yeah, but for you to just say you call yourself a trainer, bro, I am a trainer.
But you don't think that's important? But you don't think that's important? But you don't think that's important? But you don't think that's important?
Specifically made per fight, per weight division.
But you don't think that's important?
That Robert Garcia can't train a heavyweight
My man, Robert Garcia told you he don't. Robert Garcia told you he don't want to. Not me. Robert told you he don't want to.
2017 fucking Robert Garcia.
Robert told you he don't want to. Virgil got Dominic Brazil knocked out.
Wait, he said that in 2017?
Yes. And what's changed, Mario? Mario, what's changed in the stable? Oh, I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what.
Heavyweight boxing has changed?
I'll tell you what's changed. I'll tell you what's changed. The addition of about 4 more 126 pounders to 135 pounders. Don't forget Josue Vargas is in there. You know what I'm saying? Like, the lists go on and on. The numbers of people in his camp, man, stop it. And they all little guys. But JT, counterpunch.
Ness, first off, Reynoso, what I don't want you to answer this. Reynoso, what has he proved to be a heavy, all of a sudden a heavyweight cutter? Because he got Canelo over there, cheating ass over there. Get out of here. I'm going with Robert Garcia that got more experience, that's been in the ring. And you keep saying about sparring. If I got that type of trainer, I'm going to get sparring and stuff like that. And maybe you in the wrong city and wrong state, because if you was down here in New Orleans, nigga, I'll spar your ass. And they got another niggas. When I was fighting at 170, 160, I used to get in there with heavyweight. I still will spar you. So maybe you're in the wrong city. You need to move, and if you want to get some free sparring.
You are absolutely right, JT. I could go to New York and get better sparring or somewhere else and drive further than what I'm driving to get better sparring. I can. But my statement was based off my gym, the gym that we go to, and it's difficult there. Obviously, if I was a professional fighter, that gym would bring in more heavyweight sparring. But because I'm not, I'm a 40-year-old podcaster, that gym lets me spar with whatever heavyweights come through the door because I'm not paying for sparring. And as far as you saying anything about Robert, cool. Get on the fucking do me dummy train with guys who said they don't want to train heavyweights and make them train heavyweights. Cool. I would rather go with a trainer that actually wants to train heavyweights and is training a heavyweight, not with a trainer that said he doesn't want to train heavyweights.
Is he training Frank Sanchez?
Yes, he's. What the fuck? Man.
I meant
Stone
like,
Bone Boxing,
there,
please save me.
Like
save me, Stone Bone Boxing. I need like a real boxing fan, please.
But wait. You're telling me that Frank Sanchez that they
brother, it's his call
on right now?
Oh man, hold on. I'm sorry, Stone Bone. We'll come right back to you. Apologies. Go ahead, Mario. What happened?
No. I'm not. This is not a sarcastic question at all. I'm asking you honestly. Like, you're telling me that that they've been working for how long together?
They already got one fight in the bank. He just fought Joey DeWelko, and I think that's his second fight with Reynoso already.
Okay, I'm sorry. Listen, I misunderstood what you said. It sounded to me like you were like you said that they've been working together, and that's the only clarification I wanted. But that's cool.
So
I'm good.
That's not working together?
No. It is, but I thought you said something different than you did. You did not say that. So you said something else. My bad. That's my fault.
I mean, I don't know how. I think I said that by saying that he's got in-house sparring with Frank Sanchez.
Brother, listen to me. Listen to me very closely. I misunderstood you. I apologize.
No, and I think that's the problem. A lot of you guys listening and everything, because you keep coming like with these ridiculous picks, and it's like, who checks the most boxes? Who's the perfect fit? We didn't say who's good trainer.
This is the
Derek James is a good trainer. You know, Robert is a good trainer. Who's the perfect fit?
Let me tell you, this is the problem though, because the way that you wrote out like the topic, right, and posed the question is perfect, but it is interpreted different by different people. When you just about 20-30 minutes ago broke it down and you said, I didn't ask you if he's a good or a bad trainer. I said, is he a perfect fit or is he just a good fit? That is the question that is very easy.
That's not what I asked.
Easy to answer, but it's not easy to answer, but it's a different question
than
what we've been debating.
That's not what I asked. See, again, listen, look, the title is right there. It says Listen to me. Canelo's trainer, Eddy Reynoso, not Reynosa, what you keep saying, Reynoso, okay? Interested in training Andy Ruiz Jr. So this is him showing interest, not Robert, not Virgil, him showing interest. I said, okay, now maybe this is where it got lost in translation. And the title says bad pick or perfect fit. What does bad pick mean? Is it bad of Andy to choose Eddy Reynoso? Or is it a perfect fit for Andy to go with Eddy Reynoso? Is that not self-explanatory in that title?
It's definitely self-explanatory, but you also are understanding that those are like opposite ends of the spectrum.
How so?
Because, well, that you're saying, is that girl perfect for you or is she terrible for you? But the girl could be okay for you. She could be good for you. She could work for you for sex only. She could work for you for
Mario. But you're answering your own question.
Exactly.
I didn't ask you for an in-between.
Bruh, that's what I just said. I said when you explained it, it was like, boom, it went off in
All
my head.
I said is, who is the motherfucking best option? Why do I give a fuck who would be okay? My son don't deserve okay.
I don't know, motherfucker. I can't read your fucking mind. Don't fucking come at me like that.
The fucking title is self-explanatory. It's self-explanatory.
Motherfucker.
Real quick. Robert Garcia did train a heavyweight. He trained Mike Perez before he went down to cruiserweight. And, the whole spiel of the whole interview was him just kind of like giving the interviewer a sense of what his training camps are like.
Giving Nesta.
And the fact that he was saying that.
Telling Nesta that Mike was too lazy.
No.
Yes.
Let me finish. So he's basically saying that his regiments are geared towards, lighter weight fighters. And sometimes, a heavyweight might not be able to run as much as the other guys. He likes his guys to train together, and some of the lighter guys can actually run farther, do things that the heavier guys can't do. So, he just kind of stays away from it, because, that's where he feels like he's not doing his job.
But you're going to force him to be a trainer now for the heavyweight division.
Once I'm not forcing him.
No, you want to do live research.
Hold on. Live what?
Yeah, you went and listened to my interview.
I said, no, excuse me, sir. I said it before I went and looked at it. Stain hit me with the link because I want to listen to what was said.
Live research.
And at the end of the day, champ, all right, Robert Garcia, obviously, I'm not saying he's the best pick. I was presenting other picks. But that's still, you know what I'm saying? If you go ask Robert today, would you train a heavyweight? I can't sit here and say that he'd say no, But just going back to what the title was, Canelo's trainer Eddy Reynoso interested, and that's a key point that you just kind of hammered into me right now when I heard it. Is that he's interested?
Of course you didn't even read the synopsis because there's a synopsis right there. Every show, no. Outside of the title, there's always an introduction right there in the description.
For me, Ness. I saw the title.
No, you didn't. No, you didn't. You wouldn't have came in here fighting. You wouldn't have came in here fighting. You wouldn't have came in here fighting.
It's better that it.
No,
I walked.
Alex, I know, and anybody else with a rational mind knows, you came in a little late. And you reacted to the conversation that was already being had.
Yeah, like I saw interested, but now coming down a little bit. Like that's a major point. And thanks to Stainless and shit that hit me with this link because it shows that you got to be interested. You got to be interested, and it's a fact, man. Heavyweights are the hardest guys to work with, and I should have been more savvy to that in the beginning of my argument. So maybe it would have went different, but who cares? I said what I said. And
I don't give a fuck. That was great radio.
At the end of the day,
I don't care if Nessa's pussy's a little hurt. I'm good. That was fun to me.
You could ask Robert Garcia today, and he might have a different outlook on training heavyweights. But at the end of the day, like just listening to to Robert Garcia's interview, I'm thinking like, damn, Eddie got a lot of light guys, and well, he got Frank now, so I guess that'll be fucking Andy's running partner, you know what I'm saying? Because I don't see him keeping up with Ryan, with Canelo, and all the other guys. You know what I'm saying?
No, I get you.
It's just sad, man. It's just sad, man. It's like you guys, you really need to just fucking like read and come better prepared, so we don't waste an hour yelling
Oh, like, nothing was wasted.
No, it was wasted. Listen, some people like debates. I get you. You're gonna tell me how they inbox you. Oh, they love you. Fucking going at. I love you. I get you. But wasting time is wasting time, man. Absolutely. It's a waste of time. It's a waste of time. In the synopsis, it says it. Let me finish speaking. In the synopsis, in the description that's everywhere, it says former unified world heavyweight champion Andy Ruiz is still looking for a coach. It says all the information that we need is right there. It says that Reynoso said this to ESPN Deportes. It says it all there. You wouldn't have to assume, you wouldn't have to yell and debate if you just read. You just read and woke up on time. Woke up on time.
But I'll
it's
tell
real
you this
simple
too.
to wake up on time.
Look, I'm not going to get into any dumb shit or whatever, but I'll say that I read them all the time. Sometimes I don't really read very well in terms of what the understanding that I understand where we're going with this. But the other thing is this. You got to understand, we don't get to 2 hours, Ness. We don't get to a 2-hour podcast without going down rabbit holes and without taking some avenues left and right.
We don't need to go down unnecessary rabbit holes. We don't need. I don't need fake shit. I don't need fake shit. Why do we got to go down a fake rabbit hole?
I think I was talking. I think you said don't interrupt you, but you're okay with interrupting us. I don't even get that. That don't make no sense. But all I'm trying to say is that you don't get to 2-hour plus podcast without arguing different points. Whether you were entertained or not because you were in the frying pan, I was very entertained, and I promise you other people were. So you can just chill with
Listen to yourself. How am I in the frying pan when you and I picked the same person?
It was very valid too.
Yo,
I agreed with Ness, bro. You just want to be talking.
Yo,
chill,
is that
bro.
you're insane?
Take a back seat.
Listen to what you just said. Listen to what you just said.
You got co-pilots. You don't have to drive all the time.
Okay.
You don't have to drive all the time. Chill, bro. Chill. Listen, I don't think. Listen, I'm on Ness's side throughout this. Is what's funny. You know what I'm saying?
But you said I'm in the frying pan.
And here he goes again, bro. You can't even control yourself, Beeb.
But you said I'm in the frying pan. No, because you're not listening to yourself.
I'm making a point and having a conversation with Alex that don't even really involve you. So I don't even know what you're talking about. I don't think that you came in hot at all. I think you reacted to the conversation. I think Ness is a little upset because you made some really good points and it wasn't on the topic he was trying to discuss. But that's the nature of the business. Because by the way, he does that all the time to us. So, I just think it was regardless of how we got here, it was still good radio. So who gives a fuck?
It's not. The fact that you said that I am in the frying pan and you and I picked the same trainer just shows your idiocy.
Because you put yourself in that motherfucker. Shows your idiocy.
I'm not in the frying pan. You are using those words. That's what. How is the guy that's right? How is the guy that's right in the frying pan? How is the guy? How is the guy that comprehended the article the one in the frying pan?
Because he's also the guy that lost his shit. You understand? You know who Freud was?
I'm the
he was
guy.
a very smart guy too, and guess what? He fucking went crazy. You're a very smart guy too, but sometimes you go fucking nuts, and you're the first person that will admit that. So
I'm the guy. I'm the guy that made the right pick. You still haven't given the right pick.
But you're also the guy that presented that
the best
argument like a
pick,
fucking toddler. You're also the guy that presented the opinion like a toddler. Okay, so chill. You're not always on the right side.
Mm-hmm.
I promise you, even if you pick right.
I'm not calling you names, so obviously my pick has hurt you that much. Now I'm a toddler. I guess this infant got the right pick. And understood the article. What you literally just said on this show. Sometimes I read it and I can't even read it. So,
I can't.
But I'm the toddler.
I don't.
But I'm the toddler.
Going with it, is what I'm saying. I'm saying that I don't understand where you're going. It's not written clearly enough for me to decipher where we're taking the show. You understand?
I don't think we ever got the stone bone. That's the saddest part. This is what I'm saying. We literally say, "Yo, Stone Bone, come on the show."
Tells you to shut the fuck up.
Okay, we literally say, "Stone Bone, come on the show," and Mario talked over him, so we had to mute him. We forgot about him for another 30 minutes.
Tried to put you in check so that you can control yourself before other people get driven off. That's the truth.
Oh, so I'm the problem. I'm the problem.
I'm not saying you're the problem.
Not the
I'm
person
saying
that
this
picked.
is a problem.
Not,
I'm saying this is
I'm
a
the
problem. Right
not the person who made the same exact pick as me, but chooses to debate me on why the guy we picked is the right pick.
You're so sensitive about this. I'm not debating you. I'm telling you that when you get crazy, even though he's making a good point, that's a little far out there, champ.
No problem.
You know,
brother.
take your W and walk away.
No problem.
Why can't you be the bigger man and just
You're
say,
not
yo, I
giving
got
me
that
a W.
I'm good.
You're not giving me a W, Mario. You haven't given me one.
Remember,
Mario.
Give you the W.
Mario.
I'm not responsible to give you the W.
But you just said take it. You just said take it.
Because you said you won, right? So you won.
And you're not giving me the W. You said I'm in the frying pan. I didn't win. I didn't. I didn't.
He put the Batman sign up in stainless acid. And he got us. You know what I'm saying? Like, he got us.
All right. All right.
Stone
Bone Boxing Colorado, talk to us.
What up? Yeah, hopefully my shit don't die. My shit's blinking. Yes, I got a quick question for you. What is Ryan Garcia like most known for? Like on the internet?
I guess his knockout of Fonseca right now.
Well, I'm not saying in the ring, but when you.
Oh, you mean outside of boxing?
No, in boxing, but not in the ring. Like I'll give it to you. We know he's known for fast hands, right? That's what he does.
Yeah.
He go on there. What's Canelo known for? Body movement, upper body movement, fast hands. What is Andy Ruiz known for?
Upper body movement and fast hands.
Fast hands. So I'm not saying that Robert Garcia is not a good training fit for him, but if he's going to go with basically a Mexican, if he ain't going back to Joel Diaz, he needs to go with somebody who has fighters that fight in his tradition. If he can't get it with the reason I said Robert Brandt was good with Bomac, them, he might not got a lot of 160 guys, but the tradition and style he fight in is what they count masters. So the tradition and style that Ruiz fights in, that's what Canelo team mastered in. Move your upper body and quick hand counters. That's Canelo. That's what Ryan Garcia want to be great at. So Robert Garcia is not known for fast hands fighters. He's known for more timing fighters like Mikey, Ramirez, Lopez. You know what I mean?
Yo, man, I promise you, bro. Man, I hope one day I make it, man. I'm going to come looking for you, man. You are the co-host I need. I'm telling you. My man knows this. I'm not disrespecting y'all. I'm saying no. I'm not disrespecting.
You know you in your feelings when you say that.
No. I'm not disrespecting y'all. I'm just saying, like, yo, you wanna tap into every demographic. You know what I'm saying? Call me a shitty person if you want. I'm a businessman. You know what I'm saying? And you know, Mario's my Mexican. You know what I'm saying? I'm Latino. We over dominating right now. There's too many Latinos on this show. We definitely need an African American, and this man knows his fucking boxing, bro. Like, bro, it's so easy not to argue. Like, we don't need to fight if we just fucking knew boxing. That's the problem. But my man knows his shit, bro. He knows his shit. Every day he shows. He's not ignorant either. Like, he's not here to just argue. He literally sticks to the topic. He's not Jada Kiss. Jada Kiss couldn't do that. Jada was a rapper that no matter what fucking album you put him on, what feature he did, he had to talk about drugs. He had to talk about a gun. He couldn't stick to the script. That's why all his fucking remixes got overdone by Jay-Z. Because some people just more talented, man. And then let me tell you something. Talent isn't natural. You can get it too. But you gotta have to have hard work. When you wake up, read on the toilet, watch a video. When you on your run, put your headphones on, listen to an interview. Learn something about the fucking sport. Really, for real. This man is nasty every fucking time he calls in. Nasty. Sticks to the script, doesn't look for a reason to fight, doesn't use profanity. Just boom. There's your fucking answer. Simple. Easy peasy.
I hear you. Here's the only issue, though, is that I've heard you say a lot of times about a lot of different people. I think it's like a show-by-show basis. So, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes Doomy's your man. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes I'm your man. Sometimes Enrique, you know, Mike sometimes was your man. Like, you know, even Beeb was your man sometimes. As much shit as y'all talk to each other, he was your man.
Is this?
But all I'm saying, look,
Nah,
Whether you
straight up, Mario.
Doomy understands
Stone
great
did bring
radio.
up some good points.
No, he does. Absolutely.
That was solid. That was solid.
No, definitely. But the only point I'm trying to make is also it comes down to understanding, broadcast and radio. Doomy has that at a very high level. Mike
But this isn't a shot at Chop. It's just about
I didn't
you
take
taking
it.
No, because you're talking about broadcasting and how good could he be as a host. I'm sticking strictly to the knowledge.
Got it.
If Doomy, a quote unquote trainer, would have came. No, let me talk.
Look,
stop cutting me off. Stop cutting me.
Exactly the boxing brain I got.
Stop cutting me off. Stop cutting me off. If Doomy, quote unquote trainer, would have came into this like, damn, what's a better fit for Andy? He would have thought about the fast hands and the people with fast hands in the camp. He would have thought about the Mike Tyson-like movement that Canelo uses, that Andy uses too. But he didn't. He chose to argue because that's lack of research. That's choosing the easy way out. Fuck it, I just woke up. Let me just fucking say something. Nah, say nothing. Digest, then regurgitate something.
Yeah, I hear you. And look, and by the way, real quick, I want to make it clear because you put words in my mouth a little bit. It wasn't a shot at Stone Bone at all. I think he would be a great host. And by the way, the whole podcasting thing, that's the easy part to figure out. You know what I'm saying? Knowing boxing, that's the tough part. But knowing, learning all that other shit, that comes with the job. You learn it over time. I didn't go to school for broadcasting. I didn't go to school for journalism. I'm an English major. I know more about Shakespeare than I know about fucking podcasting. But I can tell you that as you go, you start to learn. And it is a lot different than coming on and just making your point and agreeing with somebody or disagreeing with somebody. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, I'm not doing my job if I don't got Ness drinking like 10 glasses of water. That's the way I feel.
The person.
If I don't got motherfucking Ness puffing out there, I ain't doing
it's
my
in my
job.
contract.
I speak for a certain amount of people.
If I don't have his...
And that's the problem.
It's in my contract. If I don't have his blood pressure at a certain point,
that's the problem. That's the problem.
I don't even get paid. So I got to make sure his blood pressure.
That's the problem with y'all. Y'all rather argue than talk boxing.
Yo, but how do you feel though?
There's people. There's people out there. There's people out there that just listen to me.
Like taking these points.
Listen, there's people out there that don't want to have their hand on the volume button. They don't want to have.
That's true.
You know what I mean?
They don't
want to. They don't want. They want to be in their office and not have to take off their headphones abruptly because someone is fucking like, Mario, hang up and come back in, bro. You frozen, bro. You've been frozen for mad long. I was waiting for it to fix. Yes. Yeah, but they don't wanna hear all that loud shit, bro. They just wanna talk boxing. They wanna hear people's opinion. They don't wanna hear us fucking fighting and bickering like babies.
Don't like it. Hit us with a message if you think that's what you don't want to hear. Hit us with a message if you agree with Ness.
But ask yourself this.
To go back and forth.
Ask yourself this.
Am I good? Real quick, am I good?
Yes, you are. Ask yourself this. Why is that your first inclination? Instead of giving your honest boxing opinion, why is your first inclination to get Ness's blood pressure? Like, y'all dumb. That shit is dumb. Bro, show your boxing ability.
That was a
show
joke,
your boxing
dude.
ability. I'm just saying, show your boxing ability. Show your boxing ability. I say that to the callers all the time, man. Like, the information is there. That's why we do interviews daily, man. Sam Jones had to reschedule. We're going to get him on tomorrow. I didn't know. I thought 9:30 over there was 1:30 over there. I mean, 9:30 over here is 1:30. It's 2:30 over there. So he thought we blew him off.
Got it.
But yeah. So we'll get him on tomorrow. But tomorrow we also have
got some good guests tomorrow for sure.
I think it's 2 in the morning.
Yeah, no, it's 1 in the morning. Well, 2 now.
Yeah, 2 now.
Sam.
Oh, we got Justin Gamber. Yes.
Justin Gamber.
That would be our first time on the show. We've interviewed him on video before, but that would be our first time on the show. That's going to be our morning show. And then at night, I don't know about Manuel Rodriguez. I'm going to still see if we got him, but Zuldo confirmed and Cambroso is good. Cambroso's actually was scheduled to fight someone.
I don't have Cambroso on here, so just a heads up.
You
if
sure?
You can send that whenever you get. Yeah, I'm positive I don't. I haven't got the email for that. If you could just resend it, please.
No, you definitely have it.
But
I will resend, champ. But it says you and Enrique and Blanco were invites. The only one that opened it was Blanco.
Yeah, I saw it.
He got a check mark.
Let me look again. I'm sorry.
Damn, I see. I ain't all that badness.
Whatever.
But
that's what I'm saying. I even send them emails, guys, ahead of time so they can get prepared. So they can get prepared. You know what I'm saying?
You don't do your thing.
I'm just saying.
You don't do your thing.
I'm just saying, Chad, the information is there. You see how when you Googled Ness's interview came up? Because I'm just trying to give information. When you wanted to find out if Robert would train Andy, I answered it 2 years ago. It's just that I'm just giving out information.
Shit.
You could argue with me. You could argue with me. Cool. You could argue with me, but I'm just giving out information. No, that was yesterday. Was Bob? I ducked him. I never text him back. I ducked him. We do that to each other all the time, man.
Keith Thurman status.
J Mac Boomerang. Actually, this is your first time. Don't even answer now. I gotta play your intro, right? We didn't go to him. We went to the brother.
We ain't go to Mac. We ain't seen Mac.
We never went to Mac.
Okay.
You know how these bitches is in the sport. Total disrespect. Kid has no class, no style at all. I'm a gorilla. I'm a dog. I'm a dog. I'm a gorilla.
The smartest thing you can do is to stay away from Derek.
You can't be the boogeyman if I'm chasing. You want to bet? You can bet 100,000 on that. Let's bet $1 million. Easy. Let's bet $1 million.
Yo, Ness, you did go to me, but I'll take that second intro and take the second call. Hey, with all due respect to my bud brother Stonebone, get off Stonebone nuts. You always want to give somebody that goes along with Nestor Gibbs and polish.
So you don't think he got skills?
No, he got skills, but I'm saying to you, you all get Stonebone because he in agreement with you.
Nah.
But the minute somebody disagree with you and you want to talk about somebody that don't always want to have to mute their phone and all that, you bring the energy. And I actually think the show is kind of entertaining with your type of personality. You just need a good
Man, you need good internet. Boxing guys don't like you.
Oh shit. Yo, can you hear me?
Yeah, now we can.
Hey, you know I'm driving on the road. You could go ahead and shit on me all you want to. But like I was saying, you just hey, your personality requires a good co-host to go be combative with you and pick his poison on certain topics. But to sit up here and say what we don't want to hear and all that, you bring the energy.
Nah, man. Not everybody want to hear arguments, and Stonebone don't always agree with me. He just makes
my girl don't want to hear me arguing. Came knocking on my door like, what's going on? She can't hear me talking loud when that's shit like.
Yo, but no. Now I'm gonna pay attention to what J Mac said and see if that's true. I don't think I've ever started arguing with Stonebone. It's not that we agree. It's just he presents good arguments, bro. That's just that simple. When you present good facts, you can't hate on that.
The whole fast hands and upper body movement, I was trying to dissect that. I'm like, yo, Robert Garcia, Cam got the same shit. But I'm like, hey, but he don't got that focus. Like, Reynoso been focusing on that type
and
of
that's
stuff.
Just one more box. That's what I'm saying. Who is the perfect fit? That's all I'm asking. Perfect fit. Now who's a good trainer? Everybody's a good trainer.
But I think the real question is Andy a perfect fit for that camp?
What you mean? What you mean?
What
you mean? What you mean? Why isn't he a perfect fit?
I mean, look, we've got
because the man fucked up one of the biggest opportunities of his life. It's not about a question if he's perfect fit for Reynoso. It's a perfect fit for anybody at this point.
Yo, are you guys forgetting that Canelo flew to Saudi Arabia? You forgetting he was in the back? You forget there's already a built-in friendship. Believe me. Believe me. See, the problem is that you guys don't. Listen, the problem is you guys don't really respect Canelo. Andy doesn't look at himself like the heavyweight champ. I'm better than Canelo. He still looks up to Canelo.
Sure, of course he should.
All right, then. So why won't he want to be there instead of this dumb argument you guys keep making about egos? He want to be the top dog in the camp.
No, that's not the point I'm making. The point I'm making.
Being with Canelo is like being with Mayweather. That's not the point I'm making.
Stop it. If you didn't get the point that I'm making, then you got to stop and let me make the point that I'm making. The point that I'm making is that this starts, and this is the same point I've been making, by the way. It all starts with Ruiz. Is he a perfect fit for Reynoso? Is he going to toe the line? Is he going to be the kind of guy that Eddie can mold, that Eddie can help, or is he going to sabotage?
Bro, he showed that already. He showed that, man. Look at how good he was looking with Manny Robles. Let's stop acting like Andy's some undisciplined dude. No. Andy had one issue, and it's the issue that a lot of fighters get when they get a big amount of money. It's nothing. You could categorize it as he got, fell in love with the money, or he believed his own hype. Whatever the case may be, but that is done. That is done. To assume that he's not going to try and correct things is just being negative. Again, remember, I'm not looking for an argument. Ness is always glass half full. I'm always the one saying, let's be optimistic. You guys love negativity. Not me. I'm always thinking of optimistic.
But I'm also the guy that at least hears people out, my man.
Cool.
Bro,
hear them out.
Hear
them out.
Hear them out.
What it is.
Hear them out.
More the way you do, that's cool. Like, I'm
Listen,
good with
there's
that.
a yin and a yang to everything. Like, I was coming in just trying to present different options. We're 2 hours into the show already, and it's like, Stonebone came up with another fucking great point. So it's like, we never said that Eddy Reynoso wasn't.
Yeah, and that's all I'm saying. He came up with a great point.
It was just that there's other options out there, but you're arguing that he is the best pick.
And by the way, to figure out who the perfect pick is, you have to also decide who are not perfect picks and who are bad picks.
Yeah, I know. Doomy did that by coming on and trying to bring back the guy that got fired.
And that's a necessary aspect of podcasting. So
I mean, it's probably not the first time that a fighter goes back to.
That was an unnecessary comment.
No, it's not going to be the first time. And at the end of the day, like I said,
bro, he left him for his biggest fight of his career at that point, and you think he's going to run back to him? You guys are just, again, just looking for a reason not to be wrong.
Robert Garcia was a good option, but then it was already, kind of watered down because it came out the horse's mouth. The training regimen ain't the same, so it's like
lack of research.
We're down to Eddy Reynoso, who just started training heavyweight.
No, you could say Derek James, you could say Bo Mack. There's mad trainers, but again, you guys are not thinking. You're not thinking.
I tried, when you mentioned Derek James, I tried to go into it, but then you just went.
You know why I did that? You know why I did that? Because you were late, and I already told the world that he had 2 world champions, but there's no heavyweights in that camp.
Yeah, so it's like I'm getting a sense from you that you gotta have a heavyweight in there. Right, you gotta have.
I mean, let's talk about you, bro. Let's talk about you and your. Let's talk about you and your amateur career. How easy? Because you don't
holding your hand down.
Because he don't want to be realistic about how hard it is to get sparring for a heavyweight. He don't want to be realistic. You don't want to be realistic. It's not easy.
Big Baby Miller was getting sparring. He was.
So it's not enough.
Who? Big Baby? Big Baby? Big Baby? Brother, look at where he's at. New York City. That's the tri-state. That's the tri-state area.
So why Sosa can't train Andy?
Again. You just throwing names. This is what I'm saying. Let me finish. You throwing names to argue because now you want a West Coast dude who just bought a mansion in Cali. Now you feeling stupid. Now you feeling stupid, so you got this little smirk on your face. Right? You want to cut me off because now you feel stupid. You don't want to do the fucking research. You don't want to do the research.
With yourself.
No, train with Sosa, the dude from New York. Let your mansion go under. The fucking ridiculousness. Let's get to some more callers. Let's get to more callers.
In his camp without any other heavyweights being around.
You don't know nothing about boxing, man.
I'm not talking
you don't know absolutely nothing about boxing. You know absolutely nothing about boxing. To say that Big Baby,
you're arguing with yourself because you don't let your co-host get their point across.
To say that Big Baby is in New York is the same situation of Andy in California, which is 10 times the size. I mean, I just gotta go. I'm gonna go to Brandon, man. Brandon in Cincinnati, talk to me, man. Talk to me.
Hey, how you fellas doing? Can y'all hear me?
I'm good. I don't know about these guys. They need some cuckoo medicine.
He hurt because he said, I don't know about these guys.
They need cuckoo medicine.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, it's been a pretty good morning show. All you guys have made good suggestions. None of you guys are technically wrong, and you guys are naming top of the top echelon trainers, but I don't give a damn who trains Andy. If he ain't mentally ready to kick the chimichangas and the burritos and the pizza and Snickers, it's irrelevant at the end of the day. Because can't no trainer force him to stop being a fat kid. So unless he's ready himself to stop being a fat kid, I mean, this point is irrelevant, whether it's Reynoso, Joel Diaz, any of these guys, Robert Garcia, Abel Sanchez, it don't matter. It's up to him. Once he kicks the, fat boy shit and the junk food and all that shit, then he'll be good. But, the fanboy.
Yeah, man. I mean,
but that's just
that was just as bad as Doomy right there.
Is the next thing that,
no suggestion at all.
The Reynoso camp, it's like a magical world where like, I'm just gonna change.
You're just you are just sad. Let me ask you this: did you not get better when I brought you to Terrifics gym?
Get better. Yeah.
Did you not get better when I brought you from your gym? When you went from your gym to my gym, did you not get better?
Yeah, from an amateur gym to a pro gym, yes, Ness.
All right,
you get better.
All right, then. So now let me ask you a question. That same prospect that came up in Terrific's gym, if you take Hakeem Nurse at 168 and you relocate him to Cali and put him in Reynoso's gym, does he not get better?
He's going to learn different tricks.
Does he not get better?
Bro, you can send him to any coach, he's going to get better. Everybody's offering different things.
Fuck out of here. You sound like you got the biggest red nose on your fucking face.
Bro, you wearing
You know what I'm saying? Bro. You know what I'm saying? You gonna tell me, Mario, you gonna talk some fucking, you gonna tell me I'm gonna send a 168-pounder to Canelo's camp with Reynoso and I can send him anywhere and he's gonna get better? 106. You see, my man don't like to think because he's so fucking whack. You dripping with whack sauce.
You like to paint arguments that you like to win, and that's not a good fucking argument.
So paint your own then. Paint your own.
I could take Hakeem Nurse, bro, and send him over to fucking Derek James' gym. Is he not gonna get better? Is he not gonna get better?
He'll get better, but where's he gonna get the? He'll get better. He'll get better. He'll get better. But this is the question: what's the perfect fit? What was the perfect fit?
Hakeem, I don't know what the perfect fit is for Hakeem, bro.
Shit, I would have said over there with Derek James because he's black. He ain't no culture barrier and ain't no language barrier. There won't be no Anuel playing in the background when he hit in the bag. He won't have to be forced to learn Spanish. He won't feel awkward when they talk. Now I can't talk. Now I can't talk. You see what I'm saying? Now I can't talk. This is what I'm saying. When you're looking for the perfect fit, you make an argument as to why that is perfect. Not just a suggestion. Not just a good pick.
Stop suggesting Hakeem to go to Reynoso. You should have said Derek first.
Who?
I did.
Who?
You said
Hakeem Nurse to Reynoso. I can still argue that it's better for him to go to Canelo's, even though the culture is different, even though the language is
So you're arguing with yourself.
No, well, I could give both sides of the argument. That's what you're supposed to do. As a person that's a debater.
Culture barriers. Derek is the better pick.
There he goes. Now that I presented again, Nestor doing the research for your bum ass. Trey in the Bay.
Yeah. What's up, man? I thought it was a good idea. To me, just with Andy's style. So Stonebone said pretty much everything I wanted to say. When I thought about Reynoso and the training and Ryan, more of the way Canelo fight and more of the way Andy fights is kind of similar. You know what I'm saying? Andy tries to have good body movement when he ain't got that all that extra meat around his waist. You know, the discipline issues will probably be his biggest thing, man. Shit, but being around them dudes, he might get a little inspired, you know?
Thank you.
So, I mean, yeah, or they gonna boot his ass out the camp, one of the two. And y'all was asking who's his trainer. I've been seeing that boy on social media training himself, and he's been running and supposedly. I don't know if I believe him. But yeah, y'all have a good one.
All right. Yo, man, I mean, just the logic of these guys is crazy, man. I'm telling you. You are around champions, you want to be a champion. If you are around amateurs that are 13 and 14, you are the top dog in that gym. It's just that simple. And then when you get to that real gym and you get that real spawn and you're no longer the top dog, your face all red, your lips is blue, and you can only do 1 or 2 rounds because in the real gym is real work, and the clown shit can't go down, and that's what's going to happen to Andy. He goes in there with Canelo, he'll be embarrassed, just like people that train amongst Floyd are embarrassed not to be able to run the miles. They run it, they push themselves because they're amongst greatness. Sometimes greatness motivates and inspires people, but if you are uninspired, if you have never created in your life, you can't be inspired. You are just a follower. You're just a follower.
Yeah, we know. Stone Bone brought up a good point. That upper body movement, and it just reminded me. I follow Coach Salas on IG. I think Coach Salas too. I mean, I can't attest to like the viewership and shit like that, Ness, but like Coach Salas has plenty of fighters with upper body movement. He worked with Joe Joyce.
Joe Joyce left him.
Damn, we're gonna put the stain on him. But he worked with Joe Joyce and a lot of
FYI, Orlando Solis never amounted to nothing.
All right, so you're gonna just shoot down my
I'm just saying,
Coach
research.
Shout out to Coach Salas,
Research. Salas is good for lower weight class. He did good for Linares. He did good for Yordani Ulgas. He's done good for smaller guys, and that's what I'm saying. Research. Perfect fit.
Yes,
Perfect fit.
You're filling yourself up. You're about to pop right now.
I'm popped already.
I'm trying to say
I'm popped already.
Stone Bone said the upper body movement, and that's why I just thought about Coach Salas because he does a lot of upper body movement, a lot of fast punch combinations, which Andy Ruiz has presented to us in plenty of his fights. So I think Coach Salas would probably be another good fit. I can't say he would be all.
They saying he's back with Joe Joyce in the chat. They saying he's back with Joe Joyce.
Oh, okay. See, I mean, look, he's a great coach.
That was one of the questions I had for today.
Coach Salas is a hard worker. He's in the ring. He's an older man too, bro. He be with the motherfucking steppers in the ring.
Exactly. He ain't got no balance with fucking 7-inch platform shoes. And that's not, and I'm not exaggerating to the listeners. He literally wears 7-inch platform shoes.
And he got balance. So
no balance.
That would be, I think skill wise, it'd be a good fit. Salas brings a good level of discipline to his fighters. He's very serious. I think Salas would be a good choice too, man. Salas is a good choice.
Salas isn't a bad choice. I think we should
stop using the word perfect fit because to me, like I think with Eddy Reynoso, it's his best shot. Because Ness said it a little while ago, like, if you see champs, then you get motivated, which is absolutely true. But here's the thing. If you don't have that in you to begin with, then it doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? Look at Chavez Jr. Chavez Jr. had his entire life somebody to look at. And then he was in the Freddie Roach gym. So it's not always true. Look, I've covered boxing. I've covered MMA. I've covered baseball. I've covered basketball. I mean, not basketball, football. I've covered these sports. Let me tell you, the best of the best of the best motivate themselves. They got that own drive. They get up and run those miles. They don't give a fuck who runs miles. They're running the miles by themselves. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, if it takes that in Ruiz to find it in himself, to get that knowledge off of other people and to get that experience and to get that motivation, it could be a great thing and it could help him. Also, it could not. Because it all stems from him. Just like people talk about Keith Thurman wanting to see him again and what he's got. I got to see Ruiz again. I got to see him in tough and see what he's got. He's got to bounce back from shit in the bed.
Israel, Oklahoma.
What up? Good morning. I'm coming in late on this one. I've got the kids this morning, so I haven't heard much. So y'all talking about Andy Ruiz, potential trainers?
Yeah, Reynoso, whether it's a perfect fit or a bad fit.
The actual show is that Canelo's trainer, Eddy Reynoso, is interested in training Andy Ruiz Jr. The question we're posing to the listeners is it a bad pick for Andy to choose Reynoso, or is it the perfect fit?
Okay. I heard you kind of get at Brandon for not coming up with anything, but I agreed with him when he said that Andy's got to figure it out himself as far as his trainer goes. How about George Foreman? Has he been brought up? He's looking for a job, looking to train a heavyweight. But Teddy Atlas mentioned it. I don't know why Eddy Reynoso would be a bad pick. Where are you guys going on that?
Well, Ness stands real tall on the pick, and some of the callers brought up some good points. So it's looking like Eddy Reynoso kind of checks a lot of the boxes that we're looking into.
Who's his biggest star?
His biggest star is Canelo.
Yeah, by far.
But the thing is, we have to remind you guys that he made Canelo. Okay, that is Bomax, Terrence Crawford. That is Angel Garcia's Danny Garcia. They made those dudes. They deserve every credit. That is Roger Mayweather's Floyd Mayweather. Even though he gives both credit to both, he also gives his dad credit. But they made those dudes. They deserve all the credit to try and say, oh, but it's Canelo, my man. He found that little redhead kid in Mexico where that probably was awkward. He found him with all the freckles and decided, yeah, I'm gonna train this kid. I'm gonna take this kid serious.
His brother was boxing, and then he came on after his brother.
Yeah, Robert was never good though.
I'm talking
not on that level. I'm fucking with you because Trout made his name off of the other Alvarez. Off of Alvarez's brother.
Winning and losing to
him. Majimbe, dímelo.
Yo, what's going on, guys? Good morning.
What up?
So I do like the Salas pick, but it's not the perfect fit. I think Reynoso is the perfect fit, but I also think that Sosa and bringing him over to the Sosa crew would also be a perfect fit.
No way. No way.
You don't think so? I think he has. Bro, he would have great sparring.
You're trying to uproot a dude who's born and raised in California now, and
maybe
if you don't want to uproot him, right, then you want him to also now pay for training camps in New York City, which the climate is different. It's 4 seasons over here. It's not the same. You're risking your fighter getting the flu, getting coughs and colds. He's traveling longer. That's a long flight. That's what I'm saying. Perfect fit. I think of everything. I'm thinking everything. I even think of the finances, sparring. Is it going to cost more? Now you got to fly your sparring partners to New York. That's a tall ask.
Nah,
but listen, it's nothing wrong with your pick because remember, the rumor was he was considering Teddy Atlas. Atlas is an East Coast guy. He's an East Coast guy. So
he got the facilities.
So if he was going to take the job, Atlas probably was going to make him come to the East. He did ask him to come with him and sit down before they even take the job. So, he didn't say I would fly to him. He said come to me. So, Sosa isn't a bad pick. But Sosa is in New York, and that's why it works for Big Baby because by being in New York, you get sparring in Long Island. You get sparring from Philadelphia. You get sparring from Connecticut.
Some of the best
by being Big Baby, that sparring comes to you because you are looking for sparring, so they come to your gym. You know what I mean? Andy would be the same. If he lands in New York, yeah, people going to want to spar with him. They're going to come up, and Sosa's going to have his coaches and stuff that he already goes to get sparring for him. He'll end up sparring Adam Kornacki, Mike Polite Coffee, Nkosi Solomon, Big Baby. He'll be sparring all those dudes up there. He might get a Derek Rossi in there every now and then. But,
that's a good point, though. That's like maybe because we keep talking about is Andy going to be the perfect fit for whatever trainer he decides. But, like, uprooting him and cost and all that, those are very important.
I already thought about that. That's what I'm saying.
Having him over here, like, champ, like,
but it's cost.
Sometimes we're too much of a good friend. Maybe Andy just need to get away from the homies a little bit and just come over here.
But that's not Canelo's camp. That's what you're not getting. Canelo's already in a secluded camp.
They're in Mexico, right?
They either in Mexico or in the Big Bear. They got and that's what I'm saying. They not Sosa. No disrespect. I fuck with Sosa, but Sosa's not established. He still got a full-time job. Sosa don't got a house in a camp.
Shout out to Sosa,
Andy gonna have a fucking house to stay in, okay? He's gonna have a chef cooking. It's Camp Cunningham, Papa. That y'all not thinking 10 steps ahead. Ness playing chess with your checker playing asses. I'm thinking perfect fit. Perfect fit is everything. He's already separated when he goes to Canelo camp. It's already off the radar. It's already private. You can't walk up there.
So the homies can't go up there and say, yeah.
No, sir. No, sir. That's what I'm saying. Do you even look at them on social media? You don't see nobody in the gym hanging on the rope, sitting on the ring.
Yo, but Andy can
nobody cheering him on as he downs an entire pizza.
Exactly. Ain't nobody there to fucking wipe his face and give him a pizza. You kidding me? I'm talking about full-blown camps, man. Y'all doing this Mickey Mouse research and shit. Robert is a good suggestion. He got an academy. He got houses for his fighters to stay. But I never seen Robert say he got a nutritionist. Ain't nobody cooking for Robert. Chepo's there cooking and singing.
Jose Ramirez, Jose Ramirez, I guess he does his own. But I remember when we had him on, he was talking about, he was really knowledgeable in like the diet area. I don't know if that's just self-attained knowledge or that's something that's shared in that Robert Garcia camp, because they look like they know what they're doing.
Again, you led with I don't know. I led with we got one in the fucking camp.
We got one.
What's the better camp? What's the better fit? I don't know, or we got one.
Robert Garcia and asked, he would tell
us. That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't think this dude understands like the definition of debate. How could now you want us to call Robert Garcia to help you?
I'm not asking for help, no, Ness. Sometimes I guess it goes right over the cuckoo's nest, bro. I'm trying to say that you can't just sit here and say that the nutritionist and not know. Robert Garcia.
There's something wrong with this guy, right, Mario? I can't sit here and say the nutritionist when my man has a chef and a nutritionist. You want me to say maybe we got to call Robert to find out? Like, what the fuck?
Look, I understand due diligence. I get it from that perspective.
Yeah, due diligence is like
y'all terrible, man. Y'all terrible, man.
And I do remember as far back as 2014, 2015, Brandon Rios had actually talked about his own nutritionist that he had on the side that he was fucking with. So 4 or 5 years later, could he have one? Maybe, but I don't think he does. I really don't. I see enough Robert Garcia.
Like,
they definitely aren't.
No, like if Andy comes on, is he not paying the chef, or that's just like a perk that comes along with training with Reynoso?
More than likely, or like you said, it's a complete thing you get with a complete camp.
I've heard that it's. I don't even know if I'm supposed to say this. I've heard that Reynoso has a kind of an established company, and that the father gets broken off like that. So it's like a lump sum fee type of thing.
Listen,
you know what I'm saying? And then he divvies it up. It's not like Canelo's like, here you go.
Exactly, because think about this. Think about his question. Why don't you ask his question with his own fucking suggestion? You think Robert is got to deal with Andy, and then Andy also got to pay Pita? No, your second is your second. Whatever's yours is yours. You getting 10%. You pay your people off.
Training fees are different from nutritionists, Ness. You can't just say, you got to pay the trainer.
Papi, listen to me. Everyone is trying to be a one-stop shop. Kent Cunningham, Robert Garcia Academy, Reynoso. These are one-stop shops. If you can't see that, that's on you.
One-stop shops, but Ness, you can't just say, it's one-stop shops and it's the same fee. Obviously, if you have a nutritionist in your one-stop shop, you're paying out more. You're asking for more money. So
and that's what I said. It's either included or he's paying, because it's still a separate service. But again, it's a one-stop shop. It's something that you know. It's something that you know. It's something that you know is already working for other people. You got reviews right there. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I'm done.
I get it. The option is still there, whether you're gonna pay for it or it's included in a full fee. It's there.
Wasn't their Big Bear facility added on to, like, not that long ago? I mean, we're not gonna.
I don't know anything about that.
Yeah, we can't say, like, we have to know that Canelo paid for it in some way or the other. I'm not saying he just.
Well, I'm sure. I'm pretty sure they got an LLC, no boxing, no life. You know what I'm saying?
That's the point I'm trying to make.
I'm pretty sure Canelo. Listen, Canelo and Reynoso are in the management. They are working together. They got gloves, and even the thumbnail. Look. That's what I'm saying. They've already got a relationship. They gave him his gloves for the fight, for the second fight. They've already got a relationship. Like, I'm asking perfect fit. That's all. y'all not taking everything into consideration. That's all. You know, they've already showed that David's interested in him. They went to support him in fights. They gave him equipment. Like, I don't know. Like, they got the same culture. They speak
So Andy
the same
gets the
language.
title back in this camp. He getting the title back?
Absolutely, he could win a world title again.
All right.
Absolutely.
Nah, I'm not against it either.
Absolutely.
He get the title back.
We don't know what's gonna happen and how those belts will get divided.
Man, I want Andy to get this shit back.
Let's assume that Tyson is the greatest heavyweight that we come to know, and he beats Fury, and he stays true to his word and retires, or he stays true to his history and goes crazy. So, you know, those belts will end up getting divided because he's only got 2 fights according to him. Or, you know, again, the history thing, right? Or he reigns, then everybody gets a shot.
Yeah, it's just a little disappointing for me because, you know, I've been waiting for Mexican heavyweight for so long, you know, and for him to come along and then not be able to live up to it, it would be bad. I would want that redo. Like I would want that get back for another Mexican heavyweight to have like a legacy after he wins the title. But I still got faith in Andy. Me
too.
You know?
I think that's what it is too. I think that I have great respect for Andy, and I only want what's best for him. Like I always want for what's best for any fighter. That's why I tell a fighter, bro, put your real name, because I know that he'll gain more followers by having his real name instead of MC whatever. You know what I mean? So I'm always trying to give good advice for the best, the better of the fighter, and I am that person that thinks about views and popularity, because I know that translates to dollars where people don't understand that. So yeah, I want Andy to get the best fit for him. And you know, when you think about everything, it just sounds like Reynoso's good. We got Getty. What up? In Harlem.
How you living, man? What's going on, y'all?
All right.
Yeah, I'll be. Yeah, man. I actually just tuned in, man. What I missed?
Oh, you missed a lot, Chip.
Yeah,
but
man,
we talking about
lot,
Canelo's
man.
trainer, Eddy Reynoso, interested in training Andy, and is it a perfect fit? Ness was pretty high on it being the one camp, that camp.
Oh man. Well, my phone was cutting off just a little bit, man. You know, I ain't gonna waste no more time, man. It's always shout out TBV, man. Y'all continue to have a good day, man. I'll catch up later.
All right, man. Thanks for calling in. Well, that looks like everybody.
No, you didn't get to Juan, did you?
Who's Juan?
On Blog Talk?
Oh, Juan, you there? It didn't. I must have had to refresh. It ain't. Nah, I don't think I ever got to him though. But nah.
Oh, it's over now.
Yeah.
What the hell?
Mm-hmm.
Hit that refresh button.
We've been talking for too long.
I didn't hit the refresh button.
We've been talking for too long. I'm telling you, rambling over here about Eddie being the best pick that we always knew he was.
Yeah, you still my bro though.
Yo, I'm not mad at you, bro. You gotta go back and listen to the show. I didn't have to do live research. I knew what I knew.
But not for nothing. Like going through this whole debate, like at the end of the day, I think Salas is probably like my best choice, and it came at the very end. Salas, bro. I'm gonna stick with Salas. But if it happens with Reynoso,
again, you just throwing names out because you don't really know boxing. I'm gonna just shame you every day, the same way I did when we was training together. Because this guy is horrible at training. He is Andy Ruiz. So I'm gonna just do that. I'm gonna always shame you. That's a horrible pick, and everyone that keeps jumping on your whack ass bandwagon don't know shit about boxing either. Because Andy lives in California with a mansion. Salas lives in Las Vegas. We said perfect pick. Does that work? Yeah, because what does that work mean? That he's gonna have to relocate, pay camp fees, fly to Vegas, drive to Vegas, whatever the case may be, set up a camp, set up a house. Yeah, it works for more money. It works for more money. Canelo's in Cali with a house in Cali,
you just
with a training camp in Cali.
Negotiations will be. You know,
Yeah,
they don't always go from 1 to 3. 1, 2, 3. So, you know, we'll keep an eye out for this.
Perfect fit or bad pick. We got JT with the boomerang from Trey in the Bay.
Yeah. So So Mario, you ready for Friday, man? You ready to catch another body?
Oh, I'm ready for Friday. Put that money up. Put that money up. I'm gonna tell you, I'm good. I'm very good.
Listen, I got kicked out the car last night, so I decided to take my own fucking car. I had to Uber back to my car. So I'm rolling with you Friday, Mario.
Oh man,
My
they
man.
kicked him
So
out.
look, we gonna take that stain off, and we gonna take some more letters off that name, huh?
We're just gonna be calling him Stuh after this.
Stuck. No, changing the stuck. He got stuck. Yeah, man.
Oh, I got you, bro.
You hit me, Stain? If you lose again, your new name will be Stuck.
Or could be pea shooter. Cause stainless supposed to be a gun. If y'all ain't noticed.
Yo, it's crazy because like I'll be shortening up names just just for like some bro shit. I just call Stain. I be like, "Yo, Stain, what up?" I'm like, wait a minute, I can't be.
Damn, you calling him a stain?
But
yeah.
you've been calling him that. But
Hey,
you've been calling him that before the battle, though.
Yo, before the battle, my man Stain the main. I'm like, wait a minute, why he always putting a question mark on that? Yo, Stainless. Now I know why. My bad, though.
Oh, shit.
Yo, crazy.
Yo, it's gonna get so live on Friday. I promise you.
Oh,
because I'm expecting the best.
So you think you hot right now?
I'm feeling myself. I'm not gonna lie.
Yo, did we go twice?
Not based off that win, based on what I've written up to this point. So I'll make that very clear. It's not about what I did. Fuck what I did. That to me, I was like an okay, verse. It was all right. But nah, I'm feeling myself because what I got is it's pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. I kind of surprised myself a little bit. I was like, whoa, where did I come up with that line? Oof, it's gonna be nasty.
I can't wait.
All right. Well, that is everyone, unless we didn't go twice to Stainless because he's a boomerang. Did Stainless we went twice?
I don't think he did get his boomerang. I don't think he did.
No, I did. We ain't kicked JT out the car. We just kept telling him he smelled like tacos. He got mad and jumped out. You know what I'm saying? Doomy, man, you need to get on a Skype chat that Ness got, man, because man, we was posting our sparring bars 24/7, and Mario, he looked like he in fat camp, bro. He out there smoking a joint, man, just chilling out in the sun. You know what I'm saying? Stainless. Yo, Stainless, I'm hitting the mitts, man. My coach is like, you know what I'm saying, like taking the mitts off, you know what I'm saying, waving his hands. I'm ripping up body bag. I'm whipping up heavy bags, man, zipping up body bags, man. So make sure you're there on Friday, man, because I don't know what he talking about, man. He feeling himself, but soon he gonna be feeling the grave, man. As I always say, please make sure you push the thumbs up. Share this in every episode of the Boxing Voice podcast, because it's TBV for life. And if you ain't on Patreon, it's because you're stupid. And shout out to El Camino. Peace.
Yo, you see that play on words? You say you're going to be filling the graves? Ooh. Like filling it in. Like you're going to be, the hole is going to be filled with your body. You know what I'm saying? That's how it went down.
Yo, lyrical massacre coming to you Friday.
Play on words right there. You know
Wario. I just wouldn't miss it. That's all I'm gonna say. I just wouldn't miss it. Cause yeah.
So James Benitez said, "How does he send a counterpunch? Cash App, champ." But I don't know if he's still on the call. He's still on the call. That was this minute, I guess.
No. Blog Talk's over though.
Yeah, I know. But he's hitting me up on Skype. But yeah, man, I don't see him on the call, so we might have to end it. Let me double check, make sure he's not on the line. Nope. All right, I think I got to everybody. Oh, yeah, I went to JT already. He talked about Stainless. My Gene Bear, I didn't give you a boomerang, right?
Nah.
Nah, not yet, brother. But yeah, I don't have anything to say. Just keep up the great work.
All right. Well, that is everybody. That's GTO, Instagram, and Twitter. Catch us on the next one. What's today? Not Thursday, right? Nah, Wednesday.
Nah,
All right.
today's hump day.
Yeah, chill day. Cause now we do 3 evening shows a week.
Yeah.
Regularly.
Regularly, champ.
Yeah. Yesterday we did Film Study Tuesday on Thurman versus Pacquiao. Wow, what a close fight. I didn't remember that shit watching it the first time. Very good fight. Shout out to Thurman. He didn't let his hands go, though. I was really a bit disappointed watching it the second time around to see how much he didn't let his hands go in the beginning of that fight. Fucking, made me mad. But yeah, man, that's GT on Instagram and Twitter. Peace.
You can catch me on IG, Alex_Doomsday_LAINEZ or TBV, Twitter, Alex_TBV. Go ahead, wave that book, my man.
Almost finished with the book, so we're going to be getting him on soon, man. Almost finished. I didn't read much more since we spoke, maybe 1 or 2 pages. But I'm almost finished. I'm pretty sure it's probably almost. I'm pretty sure like the bag is gonna be like a lot of thank yous and shit like that.
Yo, Ness, Mugia on Twitter, Mugia on Instagram. Peace.
Ness, just so I get an idea of the book, right? Like it's not like a manual where like it teaches you how to be a manager, but it kind of walks you through like
it walks you through his situations, yes, all right. Real life situations.
Cool. Just so like people looking out there to get the book, so you don't think that you're getting like a manual or something like.
Nah,
you know what I'm saying?
Mario said that the other book is more like a manual, right? Mario?
Yeah, it's more, and the way it's written, it's kind of like almost like an educational book a little bit. It's just it goes based down to every topic. Like he talks about what to do when you start to get an entourage and how to handle that. You know, what to do with your first money. It explains what happens to your money after you make a purse, you know, taxes, paying off certain debts that you accrue.
Yeah, I probably need that.
It's a really good book.
Because this book is more like stories in the business, which are pretty funny. He's pretty cool.
I wouldn't mind sending it to you at all. You just got to send it back because it's signed to me. So I just want to make sure I keep it. But I'll send it to you for sure.
Nah,
send me the names. If I could get it on
when I'm done, I'll probably buy the next one, you know, to support because
I tried to find it. I couldn't find it. I found his new one, but I couldn't find the old one.
Which one?
It's called... Oh man, I just took it back to my.
You say he had them on Amazon now.
Yeah, he do.
I mean, okay, great.
I can check some. I
just
check
googled
some.
the title, and
I'm sure the link that I sent you guys for the old book, I mean for this book, shows his old books. But yeah, man, we out. Peace.